weekend. So we're going to talk a little bit today. My brother Gino just finished his live. Thought I would go live because I've taken a break for a few days, kind of stayed quiet a little bit as far as putting out content because the Colonel was busy this weekend. And want to talk a little bit about Valentine's Day. What did you guys do for Valentine's Day, or you girls? You know, uh, did you have a Valentine? Did you not have a Valentine? Did you do something special? Did you not do something special? Did you get a special gift for your Valentine? How was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it ugly? Who knows? Only you know. You don't have to share if you don't want to. But let's talk about this past Valentine's Day and how it went. Henry Broussard, the first one again on the chat. How are you doing today, Colonel? It's not raining here. I'm back in Iloilo. I was away for a few days. I was kind of incognito, not really telling anybody too much. I went on Brother Bellis's live there and told him I'd been. I didn't tell him. Actually, I told him I was going to Leyte, but then he forgot, I guess. And he's saying, I don't know where the Colonel is. I was in Leyte the whole time. I just wasn't at his house. So on my way out, I kept quiet most of the time there. And then on my way out, I said, hey, I'm leaving Leyte today. And he didn't catch that. And poor guy, he always thinks I'm trying to stir up trouble on his channel. I'm not. He's my brother. I try to help him out a little bit. Hey, Lowell. Hello, Colonel. God bless. And trying to do something a little bit different today. Bear with me. I'm trying to, I'm doing this. I got a laptop finally. My laptop was from the dark ages. And my daughter always said, Dad, you need to. I said, I just want to upgrade my laptop. You can't upgrade that laptop. It's too old. I mean, what do you mean it's too? You can't. They're not going to make this stuff for it. Just buy a new one. And I didn't want to spend that money. So, I had a little bit of extra this month. So I went out. I got me a brand new HP laptop. See, look at that thing. Now I don't know how to use it. I haven't used a computer. Now, in all fairness, I've got a Mac Mini, but I don't ever use it because I can't stand fruity products, and I can't figure. Hold on, I'll drop something. I can't figure out. I don't like the Apple operating system. I can use it. I'm so used to Windows over the years, and so anyway, I gotta try to. Oh, there it is. I'm trying to find because. I can read. I'm hoping I can read the chats easier. I gotta try to. Hold on. Because I can read. I'm hoping I can read the chats easier. You hear that? I'm listening to myself. Because I can read. I'm hoping I can read the chats easier. You hear that? I'm listening to myself. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, I can do that. Can I do that? Okay. Yeah, I figured out how to mute it, so I don't have to listen to the echo. But anyway, Lowell says he did nothing for Valentine's Day, stayed home. Well, Lowell, did you enjoy yourself? Let's hope you enjoyed yourself. Lou, hey, Lou. Good morning, Lou. Lou says, hey, Colonel, best Valentine's ever for me because I had to make zero plans and not buy anything. Lou, there's something to be said for that, brother. There's something to be said for that. I've been single since I left my wife in America and we got divorced. I've been single most of those years. I've had girlfriends here and there. I've had some relationships, but for the most part, I've stayed single. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, John Vasquez and now, Sir Colonel. Good morning. Okay, folks, just bear with me while I try to figure out. I should have did it. I should have done a test run on this. Try to figure this out. Somebody help. How do I get my? I don't know, man. I can't figure. Oh, here. Oh, maybe this is it. I'm trying to figure out how to bring my chats up on the laptop. Maybe somebody can. I should have had. Here we go. I should have had somebody explain that to me. I don't know. I got all kinds of stuff on this. This laptop's something else. I had my laptop. I don't think was this high speed. This thing's something else. It's like instantaneous. But it's kind of unnerving watching myself on my phone here and then seeing myself over on the screen. It's kind of scary. There's three of me here. Me, myself, and I. Anyway. Oh, boy. Hello from Rosalind. Hello, Rosalind. How are you? Welcome to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, folks, if you want. We're talking about Valentine's Day past. This is the Monday here in the Philippines. I'm in the Philippines. Yes, I'm wearing a Thailand T-shirt. This shirt's ancient. I bought this probably the first time I visited Thailand. So that makes this shirt what? I don't know, 14 years old or whatever it is. But anyway, oh, there's the chest now. But if I look over there and it looks like I don't know, I gotta figure this out. I might have to set this thing up a little bit better. And maybe if I do this, hold on, folks, I'm trying to figure myself out. Rosalind says, I'm fine, I'm from the Philippines. That's great, Rosalind. What island in the Philippines? I'm in Iloilo. Where are you at, if you don't mind telling us? Oh, Panay Heart came over here. We're not going to continue that discussion, Panay Heart, because you and I have discussed, divorce and adultery stuff like ad nauseum on someone else's channel, and so we won't do that anymore. But Gino brought that up, and I was like, oh no, here we go. And I saw Panay Heart was in there, and I was like, oh, I hope we don't go at it again. But I just there's so much about that topic that could be talked about, and people get into their feelings so much and whatnot. I just think it's sad. Sometimes we go through our lives and we pretend things don't exist because we don't want to go against the norm or go against what the government said or what society is saying. But anyway, let's talk about Valentine's Day. So what did you guys do for Valentine's Day that was special? Or were you low and you just stayed at home? And it's okay, low. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. And John says, good morning. And Panay Heart's laughing. And hold on, I got to back up here a second. See, I got to get used to this laptop now. So if I'm not looking at the camera, folks, it's because I'm looking down here at my laptop, and I need to figure out how to do. And you see the reflection. See the reflection of my glasses? That's a problem wearing glasses. See? Yeah, right there, the reflection. So, oh my goodness. Oh, the laptop's not touchscreen. What's up with that? Do they make a touchscreen laptop? I don't know. Here we go. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to Gino Dazzle TV. Good morning, Colonel. That was right before I was saying she's from the Philippines. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, bear with me, folks. I apologize. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Okay. Panay Heart, yeah. Hi, Colonels. I didn't get notification that you are live until I have to go to your channel. Yeah, I don't understand that, Panay Heart. I don't get notifications of anybody, when they go live. Too early to be drinking this, but I love this stuff. That's not root beer, folks. That's sarsaparilla. A little taste of America right there. And I love it. It's not good for you, but I like it. I had my coffee already while I was watching Gino. And so I'm moving on to something cold now. And Panay Heart, I don't know. I go in there, I click the bell, and I click all notifications for different channels, but they don't send me notifications when anybody's live. I have to go in and look for it. And I just go on the YouTube screen there, and I look down for, I forget what it is now, but the little thing. It's for subscribers or for subscriptions that I'm subscribed to, and it shows them across the top of the screen, and I just look for who has the red dot, and that's how I know. That's what I do. There's probably an easier way, but that's, that's all I do. So Lowell said, well, you won't get lonely with the three of you. Thanks, Lowell. Gee, thanks, brother. Appreciate that. And how about you? Do you talk to yourself a lot? I talk to myself. That's how I get the right answer. Or I just keep arguing. I don't know. It depends. And J-Boy is in the house. You've been doing quite the shopping of everything lately, Colonel. Well, J-Boy, what I'm doing is I'm just updating my... I haven't bought much technology or anything in years. And I have a TV and obviously a cell phone. And when I got in, I never wanted to get into YouTube. So because of that, I don't have anything YouTube-ish, or for vlogging. Okay, I never wanted to get into vlogging. I thought about it, but what I thought was it's not for me. So when I was convinced to try to do it, and when I went on the live streams with somebody else, and I found I kind of enjoyed it, and getting in front of a camera is no big thing for me. I did that with my job, And so I became used to it there. So maybe, I was getting trained for this point in my life. I don't know. I believe everything happens for a reason. And and yes, I'm back here at home at my beach. But but anyway, I just saw it rippling with the fan was blowing it. And uh-oh, what's going on here? Hold on one second. Do you have to change it to your? I don't know. Let's just put. I don't know. I'm gonna put no for right now. Some kind of notification on my laptop here. But excuse me for that. So where was I? Forgot what I was talking about. But well, oh yeah, about buying things. So yeah, so I started doing a YouTube and I realized, hey, what I have is not sufficient, or not to the level that I want it to be. Because if you want to do YouTube in a real meaningful way for folks to watch, you need to put some effort into it, and just sitting. And not that there's anything wrong for those of you that are doing this, but just sitting there holding your phone all the time and doing like I was doing. I just realized that this isn't really feasible. It's not going to work well, and you need to do something different for it. And as time goes on, hopefully I'll get better and do bigger and better things. If anything, just for my self enjoyment, and hopefully for the enjoyment of people that watch the channel, and they go over there and say, hey, watch the current, yeah, you know what, he knows what he's doing, because I really don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm trying to figure it all out. And I pick people's brains and I ask them, what to do, this, that, and the other. Back to the chat, okay? Because that's more interesting than just hearing me jibber jabber about myself and my life. And where was I here? Oh yeah, J Boy, Panay Heart's laughing. John Vester, yeah. Good morning, sir. Sir, good morning, Gino from John Vasquez. Appreciate you, John. John's a regular on all the channels, and we appreciate him. And the little alien emoji. Panay Heart, no worries, I'm flexible. Panay Heart, that's not TMI. No, we'll just leave that alone. But thank you for being flexible. Appreciate that. Rosalind, do you have children? You talk to me? If you're asking me, I have children, but my children aren't children anymore. I have 4 children in America, and proud of my family. I have 1 son, and then I had 3 daughters. I kept trying to have another son and kept getting girls, so I stopped. And yeah, my son is, what is he now? 38, daughter 37, 36, 37. I can't keep up with them. Got another. My middle daughter's like, she must be 34, 35, and then my youngest daughter's 31 or 32. Somewhere in that ball. They're in their 30s. Okay. I can't believe I have a son who's almost 40 years old. That just blows my mind. It just totally. I told him this. He called me the other day. Because my children don't keep in contact with me much because they're angry that I'm living in age. I've been here almost 12 years, and but he called me and we talked for a couple hours, and he I was like, dude, how's it feel to be almost 40? You go, no, Dad. He sounds just like me it's weird. I'm talking to him and it's like I'm listening to his voice and it's like I'm hearing myself on the other line. That's really freaky too. And the poor guy, from here down, he looks just like me. From the nose down, he looks just like his dad. And I always tell him, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you look like your dad. You know what I mean? I'm sorry you look as ugly as I do. But I gotta love him. He's a good guy. He's an engineer. He's doing it. Yeah, he's doing great things. And I have another daughter who's an high school English teacher, and another daughter who's the IT wizard / accountant. And just, yeah, I wish I had her paycheck. Let's put it that way. I think my son does too, and he's an engineer. So, but yeah, I'm proud of my kids. And okay, there we go. Now I got to get used to looking at the chat over here and seeing how you know what I need. I know what I need. The camera should be over here on the other side of the lap. Well, next time I'll get this straightened out the right way so it works better. So when I'm looking at the chat on the laptop, it looks like I'm looking at the camera on my phone. Let's see. Do you have to? Hello, John from Gino. Rosalind, how old are you? I'm old enough. I'm old enough to know better, but I still do some of the same stuff. J Boy, yeah, I have a Windows touchscreen laptop. See, Jay, what I don't think this isn't. Yeah, this isn't touchscreen. See, that's something I didn't even think about that when I bought this. That's something I should have looked into. But I probably would have had to pay double what I paid for this. But so far, I like this laptop. It's so much better than the one I had. The one I had is it's this thick and it weighs a ton. But what are you gonna do? You know, that was back in the dark ages when I got that, which really wasn't the dark ages, but it was when I was still working. And I remember it had the little camera that you flip back and forth. Yeah, that's funny. And I realize now too, yeah, I could go live from my laptop. I didn't think about that. I have to open it. This has a little switch where you can close the camera off, which I think is cool, so that Big Brother can't be watching me, you know. And but I don't know. That's life. You learn as you go. And I bought this. It's probably already outdated, but oh well. It's better than what I had. Much better than what I had. Now, hopefully, I'll be able to be more productive with this as time goes on. We'll see. Panay Hart, me and my husband had breakfast date, just me and my hubby while our son was at school. Hey, Panay Hart, that's great. You know? So here's a couple. They love each other. And they had breakfast while their son was at school. I mean, that's awesome. You get some quality time together and get to just, you know, stuff your face and maybe make Google eyes at each other and laugh. And no, just enjoy each other's company. I'm joking, but it's nice to get together. Anybody else? What did you guys do for Valentine's Day, or what did you not do for Valentine's Day, or do you have a new Valentine, or do you have an old Valentine that you pretended was new? You know, hey, it should be something new all the time. If you're not growing in your relationship's probably dying. So you want to keep everything fresh, keep everything new, and keep going forward. That's my belief anyway. Captain Ron too. I worked on RV on Valentine's Day, but no boom boom. Well, Captain Ron, I can't help you with that, brother. I can't help you with that, man. Only you can control that and the person you're with. But I think it's great that you helped her out with the RV. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with no boom boom. We don't always get that. And you know what? There's more to love than just that. You know, there's more to love than just that. True story. Hold on, gotta take a drink. It's a problem, you talk so much like I do, you get thirsty. Let's see. J Boy, sarsaparilla soda is the best. Have you tried the local one called Sarsi? I haven't seen Sarsi yet. I know what you're talking about, J Boy. But I haven't seen that yet. Probably because I haven't been looking for it because I forgot about it. Someone else told me about it. I forgot about it. So I gotta check that. Or did I try? Did I try that? No, I don't think so. I've tried some different types of soda here in the Philippines and some of it's good, some of it's not so good. Derek says, did you buy the HP laptop at SNR? No, I did not. No, I did not. I bought it in Leyte. I bought it at an HP store, so I probably overpaid. But it's okay. I think it was probably cheaper in Leyte than it was here in Iloilo, but I can't confirm that right now at this point. I have to go look. Stone Cold's here. You didn't go to Cataclan to see Levi. You could have some fresh eggs. Well, Stone Cold, yeah. You know, I'm going to go see Levi. He and I have talked. And that's going to happen one day. It's just that, you know, it was Valentine's Day this past weekend. So I had other priorities. And because, you know, it's very possible that the Colonel had a Valentine that he had to go spend some time with. So, you know, what do you think of that? You know, it's very possible. There's some new things happening for the Colonel. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I got permission. And, but I'm kind of holding out a little bit longer. And, well, let's just hold on to that for a minute and let's get back to the comments, okay? We'll do that. It's more fun talking these comments or looking at the comments and reading them. John Vasquez, hi Panay Hart. Good morning. Niels is here. Hello, sir. Hello, Niels. Absolutely. Get a salute. How's the hours coming along? Well, Niels, I'm at like 1948, something like that. But who's counting, right? But I appreciate your help, brother. And everybody else, if they're watching my videos and stuff, even if you're not listening to them, but you're watching them, I appreciate that. I will get there eventually. It's not my, I'm not going to live and die over YouTube hours. But let's just say it would be nice to get there, and then we don't have to talk about it anymore, you know. But yeah, it's all good. It's like I told Brother Bellis, you know, dude, I'm not sweating it so much, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about my hours. But I appreciate everybody that helps me, and like I always say, I appreciate you taking time out of your valuable day or your valuable lives to spend it with me and to talk to me. Helps keep my life going. Helps. Honestly, this YouTube thing's making me feel young again. Who would have thought that a social media could give you new life, so to speak, or something new, a new. For me, it's like I approach it like a new hobby, and like with any hobby, I go all in. I just that's why I'm buying a lot of little gas. But yeah, because I'm crazy, I go all in. Doesn't mean I'm ever going to use this. I mean, I used my drone one time. I haven't used it since because I haven't really been anywhere where I could use it. And but it's going to happen. It's going to happen, folks. Somebody will teach me how to use that thing, or if not, I'll go on YouTube and try to figure it out. It's all good, but I will be going to see Levi Stone Cold eventually. Yeah, he and I have talked. We've talked personally on or messaged personally, and yeah, I didn't get to go there. It just didn't work out, but it will eventually. It will happen, and I'm still waiting on my multi-cab, folks. That hasn't got here yet. You'll all learn about that when he gets here too, because I got another picture and I sent back to the guy. I said, this ain't it, man. That's not. No, I said this still looks rough. He's like, oh, it's not finished. And I'm like, well, when's it gonna be finished? I mean, we're going on what, 10 weeks, 11 weeks now? It's supposed to be 6 to 8 weeks. So anyway, we'll see how all that works out. Hopefully, it's gonna work out all right, and we'll just see. Jay Boy, did your kids visit you in Thailand? Are they planning to visit you in Philippines? Jay Boy, absolutely not. The invitation was there, always was there, and you know, not all of them, but most of them, they have the ability to if they wanted to, but they chose not to, and that's their choice. That's their choice. They would rather go visit mom. They don't want to see dad. I respect that. Don't like it, but I'm going to respect it because it is what it is, and it's a shame. And it makes me, but I'm over it. I used to get upset about it. I don't get upset. Father's Day comes and goes. I don't even get a happy Father's Day anymore for many of them. And whatever. I made a video about that. One of my early videos that you guys can watch. I talk about, where have the kids gone? Why do they leave you as you get older? Why do some kids choose to ignore their parents or like act like you don't exist anymore? But it's all good. I'm good with it. Hey, Fortune, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Good AM, Colonel. Like and subscribe. Thank you for the support, Fortune. And so Fortune is an interesting man, folks. If you don't know Fortune, or if you haven't had a chance to talk to him personally, or whatever, he's a very busy man. But if he has time to talk to you, and he takes time out of his day to message, and he messages me, and I appreciate that. And he sends me pictures, and he sends me stuff about Elo, and he makes me a part of his family. I think that's awesome, and I feel. Anybody that does that, if you make me a part of your family, that's a privilege for me, and I respect that. And yeah, the word's privilege. I just feel privileged that you would be humble enough, and you humble me enough to bring me into your life and to make me a part of your past or your family or whatever, even though they don't know me and may not have been with me physically. Some of you I've met in person, some I haven't. But fortunately, man, I appreciate that, and he knows what I'm talking about. And I just think that's really cool. So thanks for the support, Fortune. Appreciate it. John says, hi, Fortune. Good morning. Another little alien emoji. Lou, as expected, I had grouchy customers a day after Valentine's Day. Ooh, well, you know what, Lou? Maybe their Valentine's Day wasn't as good as some of ours. Some of us had good Valentine's Day. My Valentine's Day didn't go quite as what I envisioned, and I need to do better next year. But sometimes the person you're with dictates a little bit of how your Valentine's Day goes. And that's all I'm going to say about that for right now, too. But anyway, I still had a good Valentine's Day. It just didn't go the way I had planned. I've been in, three Valentine's Days? Yeah, I think I've been in the Philippines now for 3 Valentine's Day. And I've learned this. If you want to go out to eat on Valentine's Day, if you don't make a reservation, you ain't eating. you're not going to get into that restaurant. And once again, I tried to beat the odds, and the odds beat me on the Valentine's. And I should have done what I originally Oh yeah, so I wasn't going to talk about that yet. I should have done what I was originally going to do, and I didn't. Live and learn. Another year, and I still haven't figured out Valentine's Day in the Philippines. But I'm getting there. I learn a little bit more each year. It's all good. And oh, there's Bellas. His ears must have been burned. I was talking about him. Colonel, is it better in the Philippines than Thailand? Oh wait, I read the wrong one. Bella said, "Happy days, Colonel. I'm there. Congratulations." Okay, Bella. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Bella. I told everybody earlier. You keep telling everybody on your live streams that I'm coming in there to start. So I'm not, brother. I'm coming in there to support you, man. Just because I make fun of your Amish hat, your cowboy hat, because I think it reminds me of an Amish hat that I used to have. And but no, dude, man, I ain't never trying to stir up problems for you. I hope you don't. I hope you stop saying that on your live streams. I'm really not. I'm there to support you, and it's all good. Captain Ron, Colonel, is it better in the Philippines than in Thailand? Captain Ron, that's a whole other subject, and we could have a whole live stream about that. And I really should. I've delved into a little bit on my live streams, but for me personally, okay, for what I have going on in my life and the personality and the person I am, the Philippines is better, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. Excuse me. I lived in Thailand for 9.5 years, folks. So I have a wealth of experience there in Thailand, and I put Thai nitnoy. I can speak Thai a little bit, and even though when I speak Thai, they still look at me like I'm a lunatic and like I don't know what I'm saying. And the person next to me will say the same thing I just said, and because they're Thai, they're like, oh, they understand it. And I'm like, okay, how did they say it differently than what I said with the intonations and everything? But anyway, short answer for that is Philippines is better for me, and there's many reasons in that. Derek says at the Robinson Mall in Tacloban. What are you talking about, Derek? Yeah, I was at the Robinson Mall in Tacloban, but are you asking about where I got my laptop? Panay Hart says, we had Krispy Kreme and cake. Oh my goodness, that sounds good. I like Krispy Kreme. I like Dunkin' Donuts too. I don't like Mr. Donut. Let's not go there. Let's see, I am not into chocolates, but I'm okay with cakes because my son loves chocolate cake. Okay, Panay Hart, I'm with you. Hi, John from Panay Hart. Fortune says, good morning, John V. J-Boy, does latte make you feel young? Well, I don't know if latte makes me feel young. I mean, well, let me think on that while I take a sip of this sarsaparilla, A&W sarsaparilla. A&W, if you want to sponsor the Colonels Chronicles and, send me some sarsaparilla, sign me up, folks. Sign me up. I would answer that like this. It just popped in my head. J-Boy asks, does latte make you feel young? I'm just going to say, being in latte made me feel young. How's that? How's that? You're not getting any, I know where you're going. I know where you're going, J-Boy. Keep going. Keep trying. We'll get there eventually. Maybe not today. Maybe another day. I don't know. We'll see. But big things are coming for the Colonel. And the Colonel's trying, well, I shouldn't say big things. That kind of changes the picture, and it's not big. But different things are happening in the life of the Colonel, and I'm going to share it with you guys, hopefully in a proper way, in a respectful way, because whenever you're dealing with, well, let's just move on. Let's just move on. Fortune, after Gino, we all went to the Colonel. Nice community. Fortune, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And oh wow, looks like I need some more thumbs up there, folks. As you come in and you say hello to everybody, hit that thumbs up for me. I appreciate it. That helps the algorithm. That helps let other people know that we're out there and that we're live streaming, and that way they can join in, be part of the family too. Why not? But yeah, Gino, I like watching Gino in the morning. I consider him a brother, and he's helped me out, and he talks to me when I need to talk to, and he always responds if I message him. He might be busy sometimes, but he'll always message the Colonel back, and we do have. I gotta go up there and go fishing again. I'm ready to go. Where is it? Lo Ola. Yeah, we gotta go fishing. I gotta get JP and We got to get together and go fishing again because I didn't catch all the fish there I wanted to catch. I think Dazzle was catching all of them, so I couldn't. I'm not sure. And Karen caught a few too from James and Karen Adventures. They're always doing something. Those two, something else. Let's see. Fortune, subscribe also to Levi, Future Farmers of Ackland. Yeah, Levi. Levi's an interesting guy, and he's also doing some missionary work. And I have utmost. Excuse me, I gotta readjust my seat here. I respect that, and he and I have talked a little bit. We have a lot in common. I'm much older than he is, but we have a lot in common, and yeah, I can't wait to get over there and talk to Levi some more and talk about his ministry and what he's got going on with the farming also. Stone Cold, you have your symbol at Bella's Traveler. If yes, congrats. Stone Cold, I believe I believe he's monetized. Not to the level that he wants to go all the way. I don't know if he has 4,000 hours, but that's up to him. You can go on his channel and talk to him about that if he wants to talk about it. I told Bella, I don't really like want to talk about stuff like that about my channel because that's not my focus. My focus on my channel is not getting to a certain level. If and when I get there, great, and I will thank and show appreciation for everyone that helped me get there, because the people that come on here, you guys are like really loyal subscribers, and you follow these channels and follow our lives over here in the Philippines, and it's our connection to different parts of the world, most of it American, Australian, Stone Cold, Norm, guys down there in Australia, and I know Darren, but I think he changed the name. But the following down there in the land of Oz is just astounding to me too. I don't, I'm just like, it kind of blows my mind a little bit, but it's really cool because you guys have different perspectives on life than most Americans do. Definitely for most Filipinos. And if you're from New Zealand, or if you're from Germany, or if you're from the U.S., or if you're from Greenland, or if you're from South, everybody has, we're all human beings. We're all living our lives, and we all pretty much want the same things in life, but we approach it from different perspectives, and we approach it from different cultures. And it's interesting to me. I don't always agree, and not all Americans are right, even though most of us act like we are. We're not. Just because somebody's from a different country than what you're from doesn't mean that they're stupid, and doesn't mean that they don't know how to live life. That's just not fair to them, and it's not true either. But we do have different perspectives based on our culture and what our cultural norms are and things like that. Now I'm going down sorry, I got off on a tangent there. Let's get back to catching up on some of the messages here, the comments. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Captain Ross says, Colonel, are you going to float down the river there like Gino and Dazzle did? Well, I don't know. I have to go check that out because I'm not sure what they did. I did float down the Ackland River with James and Karen on that Bossa boat. That was something else. And I'm telling you, a bunch of bamboo poles tied together, and you're like, is this going to hold the Colonel and everybody else on here? They were huge. But yeah, I floated down the Ackland River. That was interesting. I ain't gonna tell you, that was something else. And you can see my earlier videos. I made some videos about that. And James and Karen Adventures, they have videos about that too. But yeah, I've done that. But to do what Gino and Dazzle did, I don't know. I'll have to go to their channel and check that out, or I'll have to talk to them. Fortune says, my meeting's done. Next meeting is 11 a.m. Well, Fortune, just hang out with us and tell us about the history of the Philippines, or whatever comes to your mind. You said, I saw your comment there, you said something about the bank. They're giving you your final car. That's a nice little perk, man. That's awesome. That's like my sister-in-law. She worked for Chrysler, so she was always able to get the green sheet and get her vehicles for a lot cheaper than other people did. And every few years they come back with a new Chrysler product. Her last one was like a Jeep, some type of Jeep, and now I think she retired many years ago. She's 75 years old now. But now she's driving something totally different. I don't know if it's Chrysler or not. I gotta be careful what I said. My brother told me, but I can't remember. Yeah, sarsaparilla. Love it. All right. Fortune says, thanks, Colonel. I want to be happy in my home city, or I want you to be happy in my home city. I'm happy here, Fortune. I don't know if I'm gonna stay here. But I have nothing negative to say about Iloilo except for the traffic. And everybody comments about the traffic. And I haven't got my four-wheel vehicle yet, but when I do, I'm going to be cursing the traffic here in Iloilo. I know for sure. I hate sitting in traffic. I've done it a lot in my life, but I hate it. I work in downtown Philadelphia. Oh my goodness, and I live northeast of the city and coming down 95 every day. And if you didn't get on that road by 6 a.m., you're done. You're going to be sick. I mean, every minute the traffic backs up. It just backs up, backs up. You know, as people are trying to get off the exits and stuff. Oh, it was a nightmare. I hated that. I hate traffic. And that's the beauty of having a little motorbike. But, you know, I'm getting a four-wheel vehicle for my own reasons. And, you know, when I'm stuck in traffic, I'm not going to be happy about that. But it is the way it is. But thanks, Fortune. I am happy here, brother. And you've given me a wealth of information. Most of what the place you've told me for, I haven't even been able to go to yet. Because I'm kind of, you guys may not believe this, but I'm kind of a homebody. You know, I just kind of like to have my own little farmette and whatnot, and do my own little thing. But I've been traveling a lot lately. Since April of last year, I've been on the move. And April of last year, yeah, April of last year, I've been moving, and I haven't really been home that much. But it's all good. It's not a problem. Derek says, "Are you going to expect meetup in Cebu?" No, Derek, I will not be there. I do need to go to Cebu. I shouldn't say I need to. I would like to. C&G Consulting had asked me to come over. This is several months ago. They asked me to come over there and do an interview, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But I really need to. And yeah, I'll be going back to Cebu. Cebu is that's a wild city. You know, now I know Bellas, he thinks Cebu is wonderful and great. I don't think Cebu is wonderful and great, but I think it's a wild city, and there's some good things there, some bad things. I think Iloilo is a better city than Cebu, just because it's more laid back. I think it's laid out. Some of it's laid out a little bit better, but Cebu is all right. They got an aquarium there. I went there. That was kind of cool. The SMC side is an awesome mall. Real beautiful setting where it's at. So there's some good things in Cebu. But would I want to live in Cebu? Absolutely not. Don't want to live in Cebu. Not in the city. In the provinces, sure, but not in the city. It's all good. Let's see. Captain Ron, Colonel, if you don't mind, how much is the rent there? If you're talking about my house, I pay $15,000 I have a 2-bedroom home. I'm not going to show it to you because I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. But it's a decent size. My bedrooms are raised in the CR. I have 2 bedrooms, 2 big bedrooms actually, and I use one for storage. I use the other one to sleep in. Kitchen's too small. Kitchen counter's too small for me. I use folding tables. So right now, I still haven't unpacked it. I mean, my house just kind of looks cluttered right now. I'm not proud of it. I don't. The kitchen cabinets, the doors don't close. There's just a lot of things. There's broken windows. For 15,000, I think I'm overpaying. I shouldn't even be paying 10,000. Maybe 10,000 for this house. I had a house, San Juan Batangas. I paid 10,000 pesos a month. Okay, now it was owned by an American and his Filipino wife, and but it was 3 bedrooms. I had a yard. I had 2 double gates, back gate, front gate, sidewalk all around it. I had a huge dirty kitchen area, all covered. I had a bodega outside of the house. I had an outside CR. I had an indoor kitchen, big living room. That house wasn't perfect either, but 3 bedrooms for 10,000 pesos. I'm paying 15 here, and I got a house that's in a lot worse condition than the house I was living in, San Juan Batangas. But that's Iloilo, you know. And I've looked at another place here, but the guy hasn't responded back to me because I asked for a substantial reduction on the rent because based on the condition of that house. It's a huge house. It's got a lot of potential, but it also has a huge mold problem in their underground level. They have it's not a basement. It could be called a basement, but it's half underground at level, and it got flooded, and it's a disaster. I'm just like, it's unhealthy to live there. You can't be asking the rent that you're asking for. But somebody will come along and pay them that, more than likely. Up to them. I don't want to pay money for something when the value is not there, even though it could be there. Now, honestly, I would love to buy that house if I had that kind of money. but I don't. There's no way I could afford that house to buy it. But it's all good. So yeah, I pay 15K, Ron. Hey guys, from there's Norm. I mentioned your name earlier, Norm, from the land down under. Jake Boy, hey Norm. Life of Justin. Colonel. Justin? I haven't seen you before there, Justin. So welcome to the channel. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't. I appreciate it. And welcome to. Yeah, we're talking about Valentine's Day. What did you guys do on Valentine's Day? Did you have a good Valentine's Day? Did you cry in your Cheerios? Did you spend time with your love interest or the love of your life? I hope so. I hope if you're married, you spend time with your wife and she showed you respect and you showed her love and you took care of her and you honored her on Valentine's Day. I hope that's what you did. Derek says, yes. Like and subscribe from Fortune. Thanks, Fortune. Colonel and JP both want revenge fishing. Yeah, I don't know how JP ended up. I think he ended up doing all right. But at first, I know he was frustrated when he was there. He was, I'm not catching any. But I think he was vindicated towards the end because he came over to where we were fishing and he started catching fish. Gino, Low Allows Fish Farm. Let's go, Colonel. Yeah, Gino, for sure, man. Yeah. All right. I just got to make the trip up there, and I have to get a hotel in Calibo, make it easier, and whatnot, and we'll do that. But yeah, Low Olas Fish Farm in Calibo or outside Calibo, wherever that's at. Gino, I don't remember. All I know, it was beautiful out there and it was peaceful, and we had a good time. We had a really good time. Now Gino doesn't fish. He doesn't do any fishing, but he's out there. He's cheerleading. I mean, he's encouraging everybody. And yeah, it was just a great day. And the food was good too. Food was good. I believe I ate some lumpia there, for sure. Tita Marie says hello. Good morning, Tita Marie. Thank you for being here. Colonel Ron, Captain Ron. I was a captain too. I was actually a real captain, but not for the agency that you're thinking of. Colonel can catch 2 big red fishes. Yeah, tell us, Gino, have they put the red tilapia out in general population, as we would say? Have they put them in the other lakes, or are they still just in that back lake? There was some big red tilapia there, and they're only going to get bigger. Fortune, watch that fiesta in Libacao with the barangay captain. Yeah, Fortune, that was a blast. That was a really good day. And I keep telling James, I know he wants to go back, but I want to go back and I want to see his cacao farm. That barangay captain, that guy was so nice to us. He didn't have to be. Let us on his bossa boat with his family, met his daughters. And I can tell you, his daughters, whoever that someday if they match up, those men are going to be lucky men. Because his daughters were really fantastic young ladies. And very poised, very polite. And then we met their mother, and then James and I, we understood why, the daughters, because his wife, their mother, she's a stand-up lady. She was, her English was impeccable, which that doesn't mean one way or the other, but what a very giving and hospitable lady. That was just a really good day, and yeah, that was nice. Fortune says yes. I get a free car from the bank as long as I stay for 5 years. That's awesome. Now, is that just because of your position, Fortune? I'm being nosy now. Is that just your position, or that's not all bank employees, is it? Or is it all bank employees if they've been there 5 years, or is it just executive staff? Because that's a nice perk, man. That's real nice. Norm said, "You won't curse when it's raining, Colonel." Nah, man, I'm used to the rain. Okay. In all honesty, I like the rain. And when it rains all day, every day, all the time, it gets old after a while, just like anything else. But if you have hobbies to do when it's raining, I can care less if it's raining. I like to hear the rain on the roof. I love it. Now, James and Karen's house, because they haven't finished the ceiling, boy, when it rains, boy, when it hits that rain, I lived in a trailer back in the day, and the rain would hit the tin roof. But James and Karen's house, when that rain hits that roof, it's a roar. I mean, it's roaring. Sorry for that reflection there for the laptop, but it is what it is. And yeah, right there I got rid of the reflection. But yeah, I enjoy the rain, in all honesty. Fortune says, if I leave before 5 years, I need to purchase the car and its remaining book value. Oh, I get it. Okay, so the bank's not totally just giving everything for free. I mean, there are some stipulations, but it's still, that's a nice perk, brother. I mean, I wish the federal government in the U.S. would have done that. They wouldn't, but it would have been, I would have liked that perk. And now, do they dictate what kind of vehicle it is, Fortune, or is it, or they choose the vehicle? You don't really have a choice in it, or they give you options and you choose from the options? Curious about that. I work for the wrong company, obviously. Um, Sorry, I keep looking down. I'm looking at the comments on my laptop here. Let's see. Jay Boy, I was thinking something was different with your stream, and it's because no Hawaiian shirt today. Yeah, I just put on an old T-shirt, Muay Thai, Thailand. Because let's not forget, the Colonel when he came to Asia the first time, I went to Thailand, and I thought I was going to live in Thailand the rest of my life. Little did I know, little did I know, the Lord had other plans for me, and I'm happy for it. 'Cause I enjoyed Thailand. I'm not gonna lie about it. And I was proud to live. I had a good time living there, and I recommended a lot of people go there early on. Towards the end, I stopped recommending Thailand as a place for people to go to, and I had my reasons for that. And a lot of people can disagree with me, and that's fine. I was at a different place in life than you are, or they were, and but I love the Philippines. I think I'm enjoying living in the Philippines much more than I enjoyed Thailand. The only thing that in Thailand that is better, and you can't argue, is the infrastructure. The infrastructure is better. But when you can't communicate meaningfully with the people, that stuff gets old after a while. You get tired of it. And that's kind of where I got. And I got tired of immigration, and I got tired of a government that didn't support the people or went against the wishes of the people. But we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about Valentine's Day, the Valentine's Day weekend. You know. But yeah, Jay Boy, I thought about putting on a Hawaiian shirt, but I decided not to. And I'm doing laundry right now too for my trip. There might be some of them in the laundry. I'm not sure. Fortune says USD PHP now at 57 levels, lower than 59, but still good. Yeah, he's talking about the exchange rate, folks. Yeah, it's, the peso gained some strength against the dollar. And I like this for as an American, we deal with American. We're loving that 59 peso to the dollar. It's not helping the Philippine economy any, but it helps those of us that are. That's the other reason too. But you asked about purchasing things. Purchase things when the peso is low against the dollar. I mean, you save money. Why not? It makes sense. Why not make major purchases when it's at 59 pesos to the dollar than when it's at 52? That's just good money management. Common sense ideas. Were you in construction back in the USA? Once upon a time, yes, I was. Got laid off right before Christmas bonuses came out, but that was not my main job. Now, my brother, he owns his own company. He's a contractor, and he's the pro. I was just a worker bee. But no, I worked for the federal government in the U.S., and I was in the Army before that. Life Adjust, I'm with Rock and Jazz Channel. Oh, very cool. My cool youngsters, Rock and Jazz. Yeah, those guys, I've had the privilege of being with them in person a couple times now. 3 times if we split up. They're in Rojas City. But yeah, what a fun, loving couple, and they're fun to be around. And Rock has a little bit different perspective on life than some people. He was able to basically, for all intents and purposes, retire at a very young age, and because of decisions that he made and whatnot. And I believe Michael Smith, if he didn't already interview them, he's going to be interviewing them. And I don't know what he's going to share about his story in that interview or whatever. But check that out. Rock and Jazz, Rockalo is the channel, Rockalo. Check them out, folks. They're just loving life. They're a little bit different, a little more brash than I am, and they might use some colorful language that I normally won't use in a live stream. Doesn't mean I don't slip up in person because I ain't perfect. But I have a good time with them. They make me laugh. They make me feel young too. Not as young as my Valentine, but anyway, moving on to what we're really talking about here. But yeah, thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking time to come over here. They're usually up late at night, folks. Rockalo. Unless you're watching one of their regular videos, but when they go live, it's usually in the middle of the night, and the Colonel's sleeping. I can't keep up with them youngsters. You know, I try to if I can't sleep and I see it, I go on and they might catch me. But normally, I'm not awake that late, or I'm not looking at YouTube that late at night. Put it that way. Okay, but thanks for being here, man. Appreciate that. You don't remember saying, "Do I get free?" Yeah, I remember that, Justin, but I didn't remember that was you. To be honest, do I get free KFC on Rocks Live the other night? I remember somebody said that. I didn't realize it was you, man. So kudos to you. Yeah, free KFC. That cracks me up. You know what I noticed? I ate at KFC the other day. This KFC over here is salty as a, you know what? I mean, it's so salty here. I had to stop eating it because, you know, I have high blood pressure and I shouldn't be eating all that salt. And it tastes okay, but it's super salty. A lot saltier than I remember in the U.S. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, you know, that's not why I named the Colonel. If you watch my video, I picked that up from the motorcycle club. And and then people, you know, at the one place I worked at tried to make fun of me, called me Colonel Sanders. And I grabbed hold. I said, hey, you don't call me Colonel Sanders? That's cool, man. I had the goatee. I got the white hair, the goatee, you know, before I shaved my head. Hey, call me the Colonel, Carter Sanders, call me the Colonel. You can do whatever you want. Don't hurt my feelings, because back in the day when I was working, couldn't hurt my feelings that easy. I was hard-hearted. I didn't care. I was a hard man. And whatever, you know, call me whatever you want. And they did. They did. I probably got called worse by my staff than I did by the convicts. But anyway, yeah, that Philippine Life going live in 8 minutes. Okay, that's fine. And you guys might want to hop over there and check out that interview. That's all good. I'm still going to stay on here. I haven't even been on here for an hour yet, and I wasn't trying to get it. Michael's, man, his channel's so way above mine. I'm just a small fry in the lake, you know. And you know, that Philippines Life. That's big time fishing right there. That's commercial fishing. I'm just doing a little bit of sport fishing over here. Fortune says, yes, the two daughters of the barangay captain, they're good, well-schooled, well-mannered. The wife stayed home to prepare for lunch. Yeah, Fortune, out. I mean, talk about an impressive family. And, I mean, I don't know about their personal lives or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. But just what they present to the public and what they presented to us. Yeah, they were, yeah, very polite family, polite people, well-mannered. Yeah, I was impressed. So I was seriously impressed. Derek says, smash the like. Thanks, Derek. Appreciate that, man. So, yeah, smash that like, folks. It looks like we're doing okay. I appreciate that. And that helps everything. And it helps, you know, continue the discussion and the conversation. Fortune says, correct, Colonel. It starts with a certain rank. As you go up the ladder, maximum amount that you can get for free increases. We're talking about Fortune has some privileges from his job, and it's really awesome. And one of them is, because he's been there so long, is that they provide him with a vehicle for transportation. I just think that's awesome. I wish the federal government would do that. But anyway, now for me they didn't, but I think that's great. My bank owns a Honda and a Suzuki dealership, so just those two brands. For other banks with the same benefit, it's open to any brands. Okay, well, hey. There's nothing wrong with either one of. There's nothing wrong with a Honda, and there's nothing wrong with an Isuzu. I'd take either one of those vehicles. You know, not all of them, but I mean, shoot. Back in the day when I was in Thailand, before I got the Toyota Hilux Revo I was looking at the D-Max, but I test drove all of them, and I ended up with the Toyota because I liked the way it handled better, and I liked it was fast. At the time, it was a faster vehicle. So when the first rebranding or remodel of the maybe not the first, but I got in on when they remodeled the Hilux and they called it the Revo, the Revolution. They revolutionized the look of the Hilux and the motor and everything. That's when I bought one, and I've made several changes since then. But I still think that's a great perk. That's an awesome perk. Norm says, I had a quiet Valentine's Day this year. I was in the Phils for Valentine's Day in 2023 and 2025, so can't complain. There you go, Norm. There you go, man. It's okay to have a quiet Valentine's Day, folks. You know, I just think it's more special if you have your Valentine to spend Valentine's Day with. But who says you have to? You make the best of the day or the holiday that you have. Now, I was trying to make the best of mine, and I'm not going to lie to you. I had a good Valentine's Day. I wanted it to be better next year, hopefully. And and what I mean by better is I wanted to do more than what I ended up doing, but that was just, piss poor prior planning on my part, you know. So that's just the way it is. You learn from that, folks, and you do better next time. Let's see. Fortune says, I like rock and jazz too. They're a good example to watch how a budget of $1,200 works in mid-sized city, row house city. Yeah, and I haven't talked about finances over here for various reasons. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I will because it is amazing to me. Um, you don't have to have a big budget to live over here. Uh, and what I find is the more money you make, the more money you spend, or the more money you can save, depending on your priorities and whatnot. And yeah, I actually live very frugally, and a lot of people find that hard to believe, but I actually do. And if I chose not to do a lot of traveling, oh my goodness, I could live even on less money than what I do. The majority of my money, believe it or not, each month is spent on food. It's just, because I'm to the point in my life where I want to eat what I want to eat, and if I want to go out to eat every day, I go out to eat every day. Now that's where you lose money, and it just depends. I mean, I could spend upwards of 30,000 pesos or more on food just in a food budget. I actually could spend more than that if I wanted to, but I for myself I budget about 1,000 pesos a day for food, and I don't spend that much, but that's what I budget. You know. Because I might go out one day and spend more than that. But I figure a 1,000 peso bill, that's good for the Colonel. Now, if I'm eating at home, I'm not spending that. But I spent it at the market or at the grocery store or whatever before. But, maybe I need to do a budget because my ideas might be a little bit different than some people. It doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make it right. It's just you got to do your budget for what works for you and is appropriate for your lifestyle and for what you do. And, I don't do like some people in Elo. All their money, all their budget goes towards their condo. Like my brother Paul. And I'm like, dude, if you got that kind of money, go for it. I choose not to spend my money on that. But it's all priorities and it's all what people likes. I had one guy comment, I wish I could remember his name. He commented about, I could tell he was proud because he lived over there at Festive Walk. And he said, I only have to pay 50 pesos to get over to the mall. And I'm like, well, I ride my motorbike. I'm not even paying 50 pesos. So it's just about priority. It's just about what's important to you. It doesn't make one better than the other. But he was kind of like, I felt like the vibe I got from him was that he was down talking my lifestyle or down talking what I was doing, and that his was better because he was living in a condo over there. I'm like, each to your own. I personally, I hate condos. I don't like condo living. I've done it, didn't like it. I don't like living in a shoebox. Now, if you can afford a huge condo where you got the whole floor, hey, you go, boy. You go for it, okay? But I just don't. I'm not a city boy. I'm a country boy. So I want to live in a house. I want to have my own place where I have and I have room to move around, keep my tools, work on something outside if I want to or whatever. So everybody's different. It doesn't make them worse than, it doesn't make him worse than me. It doesn't make him better than me. So that's all good. But the vibe that came from his comments, I was just like, really, guy? Come on, man. Come Kyle from William Roseville. I'm okay. William, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. William up there, that's James and Karen's good friend. And I don't remember William. I don't think I met you in person yet. I've seen your pictures. I've seen from the wedding photos and whatnot. There's Justin. Good day from Australia. Colonel Rock is one of my brothers. Yeah, Rock is in my book. He's a stand-up guy. He seems to be a stand-up guy. He's been very kind to me, and he's not real good at peeling stickers though. I gave him some of the Colonels Chronicles stickers, and he struggled with that. He really did. I had to, but in all fairness, they're not the greatest. The sticker, the quality of the adhesive is they're a little rough to get off, especially if they get a little bit damp. But hey, for what I paid for the stickers, I'm not complaining. They work. And I like handing them out to the people that get a kick out of it. So it's all good. Common sense ideas. I had an exciting Valentine's Day. Moved furniture from a friend's house, and Then had a cold cut trio from Subway. Wild time. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're in love with Subway, with that Subway sandwich, hey, and that's your Valentine, hey, so be it. I'm not against Subway subs. I mean, there are better subs out there, but hey, in a pinch, and I can go up there and say, hey, give me extra lettuce, give me extra green peppers, throw those jalapenos on there. Hey, mayonnaise, whatever, salt and pepper, yeah, oregano, which you don't find that in the Philippines at the Subways. They ask them, you got oregano? Like, no, no, sir. Can you give me some black pepper? Okay, we'll get black. So anyway, but yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. And Common Sense Ideas, I don't think I've seen your name before, so welcome to the channel. And thank you, advertisement folks, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I'm looking at the stats there at the top on my phone and appreciate that. I really do, because that pushes the channel out there and it helps the Colonels Chronicles grow and get out there, and hopefully that's a good thing and not a bad thing. And yes, for those of you who are just joining, yes, I did live in Thailand. I didn't just buy the t-shirt. I actually lived there for 9.5 years. But I'm in the Philippines now. I don't have a shirt that says Philippines or Iloilo. I look at them all the time like I need to get one. I just got to make sure they got one for the big boys, because yeah, my stomach's on the big boy side. Norm, I'll stick around, mate. Thanks, Norm. You can just leave the live stream up on the background, Norm. You go take care of business, brother. I know you helped me out. I appreciate it. James and Karen are here. They must have known I was talking about them. Good morning, everyone. My friends and partners in crime, James and Karen Adventures. Ain't no crime, folks. But yeah, welcome. I appreciate you being here, James, stopping by, commenting, helping a brother out. I really appreciate that. And Bellis was here earlier. What time? He might be getting ready already for his live. Yeah, Bellis might be live already. I don't know. James, are you watching? Are you watching Michael Smith's live stream? Is he interviewing Rock from Rockalo? I think he had said that he was going to do that. They might be over there live, and after I'm done here, I'll try to pull that up and check that out. I've talked to Rock, but I'm interested to see how Mike approaches it, and see what Rock says, because he's pretty private about his private life and about how he got to the Philippines and finances, things like that. But Rock and Jazz, they're fun people to be around. But thanks, James. Appreciate you being here. Hi, James and Karen from Panay Hart. William Rose. Panay Hart's still here. Thank you, Panay Hart, for sticking around. William Roseboom, James Karen Adventures. Good morning. Yep. Good morning, William. James. Derek. Yeah, my hair's growing in, so my head's itching again. I got to shave, I guess. I will keep your live open on my phone. Go. That Philippines Life on my laptop. Yeah, go and watch Rock over there and watch Michael Smith, Derek. But thank you for keeping my channel up. That helps out the algorithm. That helps out my watching. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. William Rose, we searched for a house for 18 months that I liked, couldn't find it, so I started building it. Well, William, when I get in that situation where I have a Filipina, and I can get land or whatever, or build something in her name, then I'll do that. Because everyone knows as foreigners, you can't just outright, you can't buy land and in your name per se, and you can't buy a house and whatnot as a foreigner. There's variables there, folks. Okay, I know that. However, just off the cuff, to say it like that is the best way to say it. Let's see. Okay. James says, it depends on your budget. If you want a Western type house, you likely have to build it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was building a Western, although not totally the building techniques I used in Thailand was Western style. The house itself was not a Western style house. It could have been, but I was building with AAC block, the white block, lightweight block, and I was building double wall construction. You don't see that in the U.S. Okay, so and that was from the idea of my good friend Tony Eastmead there in Cebu, Iran. That's how he built his house, and I thought, you know what a novel idea and what a smart way to build an energy efficient home, and that's what I did. Okay, let's see. Here we go. I got 3 Filipinas shirts all got gifted to me. There you go, William. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's funny. I haven't had any shirts gifted to me yet. I think probably because even if they wanted to, they wouldn't find one big enough to fit me. I don't know. Fit around my stomach. Panay Hart, I am still here since we were at the park with my son. We were watching trains, sunset, and I'm still listening. Thank you, Panay Hart. I appreciate you. Appreciate you taking the time. William says, James and Karen, what is a Western house? The engineer thought it was weird. I didn't want a smart house, so I guess I'm still old school. What's a smart house? Is that where everything's wired in and internet and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi? I don't know. J Boy, William went old school build. You have a pool? So that's smart. Yeah, myself, folks, I'm not into this. I don't need a swimming pool because in my life experience, a swimming pool ends up just being a full-time job. You know, if you want to keep the water clear, you got to, you got to monitor it, keep on. Now, some people do salt water, and then my friend in Thailand, he did his was totally different. He had like a built-in filter into the side of the swimming pool, and he'd done a lot of research, and he decided that was the best way for him to do it, and it worked. I'd never seen it before what he had, but he still had to put stuff in the pool every once in a while. And for me, I worked at a place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania called the Conestoga House, and at the time they were trying to turn it into a botanical garden, and I had my area of that estate. Very wealthy family. I don't know if they're even still around anymore. Most of them probably passed away, but they may have now because some of the sisters weren't married. I don't think they had kids. But the Steinman family, old family, old money in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And my uncle even worked for them, and then my grandfather worked for them at their one estate. I think it was John Steinman, his estate. I never worked on that estate, but I worked at the Conestoga House, which was owned by the sisters. And it's funny, they paid us in cash because they had so much money, they had to pay everybody cash because they didn't have credit. They had bad credit. Because they were of the feeling like if they buy a brand new vehicle or tractor or whatever, it didn't work up their expectations, guess what? They don't pay for it. And they're looking at, no, I'm not paying you for it. I'm going to keep it, but I'm not paying for it. So, I'm like, come on now. How do you get away with that? But they did it. But anyway, I had three swimming pools that I had to keep up. Two of them were very just small pools, water pools. I won't call them swimming pools. But the other one was a huge Olympic-sized swimming pool. And it was my job, excuse me, it was my job that summer to keep that water crystal clear. Even though the only people that swam in that pool was me and the other workers. Yeah, I never saw anybody else swim in there. Excuse me. Got a little froggy in my throat. Yeah, sarsaparilla, A&W. So, yeah, so I know a little bit about swimming pools. And I know the work involved to keep them up, keep them clean, skimming them every day. We had to vacuum, and this was an Olympic-sized pool. It was huge. I hated that thing, man. It was so much work to keep that water crystal clear, and hell to pay if you didn't. So that was one of my big jobs, along with keeping up all the horticulture duties I had, the trimming and the flowers and what. I mean, it was a beautiful place, but there was a lot of work involved with that. Let's see, where are we at on the, yeah. Yeah, William says saltwater pool. Huh? Okay, well, you never heard of a saltwater swimming pool? It's an alternative, William. And some people like it because they feel like it's less maintenance. Once you get everything balanced and you get everything set up in your saltwater pool, they feel like it's easier to keep clean. And to me, if you live around vegetation, even if you're a saltwater pool, you got to go out there and skim it every day, and you're still cleaning and getting stuff that sunk to the bottom and stuff. So but yeah, there's such thing as saltwater pool. Never had one, never wanted one, but some people enjoy it. Excuse me, some people enjoy it, and that's what they want, and they do that as an alternative. So what'd you do for Valentine's Day, Williams? That was the main topic of this live stream, was Valentine's Day weekend. And I'm down at the bottom, unless you want to comment on that, William. What did you guys, or you did already and I forgot already. But yeah, so what did the Colonel do for Valentine's Day? A lot of people want to know, or seem to be, curious, some might say nosy, or they want to know about the Colonel's love life. Now, to me, that's a boring topic, but for those inquiring minds want to know, because I think they're writing a book. I'm not sure, but, oh, hold on. Panay Hart says, what is your ideal Valentine's Day? Honestly, without getting into details, Panay Hart, my ideal Valentine's Day, I think, is spending the whole day and evening, possibly nighttime, with the love of your life, or with your loved one, with your Valentine, and enjoying each other's company, good or bad, but enjoying each other's company and spending quality time together, and just enjoy being in the presence of the person that you're in love with. To me, that's ideal Valentine's Day. It's not about where you went to eat, although that's what we do in America. We try to find a nice restaurant to eat, get them flowers, things like that. But the bottom line for me about Valentine's Day is spending quality time with the love interest in your life, or those that you love. It could be your children, could be your parents, or it could be, if you're a guy, a certain female, hopefully. For those of you that swing the other way, I'm not even going to comment about that. It's not my thing. But spending quality time with those that you love, that's a good Valentine's Day in my book. All the other things, gifts, candy, that's all peripheral, and that shows appreciation and whatnot. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think those are important too. But at the end of the day, it's, did you enjoy being with the person that you were with? To me, that's what's important. So thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Let's see. Common sense ideas. Have any run-ins with alligators or crocs throughout your life? Yes, I have. Not crocodiles. I've been around crocodiles. No run-ins. But have I had run-ins with gators in Florida? Oh, you better believe it. Go play golf in Florida. They tell me you don't see a gator somewhere. and you're teeing off and you're watching that gator and he's eyeballing you and you're like, I hope when I look away, I hope he doesn't come at me. Yeah. Or hit your ball into a water feature and there's a gator sitting right there in the water. What are you going to do? Are you going to get that ball? You're not going to get it with your own hand, I guarantee you that. Or be out there on the golf course and the gator decides to just come out and he decides he's just going to walk over and your ball's right on the other side. And you're like, come on, dude. Really? Come on, man. But now over in Thailand, it wasn't gators. It was river monitors. And I'm not talking little, I'm talking big ones. Yeah. But anyway, for those who don't know what a monitor is, look it up on Google it. It's a reptile and they get very large. They can get very large. Valentine's Day, Panay Hart. Oh, that's okay. I know what you're talking about, Panay Hart. Trish, haven't seen you in a minute. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's still morning here. Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Appreciate you being here. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day, Trish. We're talking about Valentine's Day weekend. Panay Hart, I'm not into flowers and chocolates. For 12 years, my husband is mostly gone because of deployments. All I ever want is his home with me. And that's what I was talking about, Panay Hart. All the gifts, the chocolate, the flowers, those are all peripheral things of the material ways that trying to show that we love someone or we care about them. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, were you able to spend time with your loved one? And you know what? You may not have physically been able to be with them, but you were able to do a video call. That's a nice thing that is one good thing about the technology. Or you could, back in the day, we'd call them on the telephone. Now it'd be a cell phone and smartphone or whatever. Yeah, quality time spent with your loved ones. That, to me, is what makes a good Valentine's Day. And the Colonel, I found a loved one. What can I say? More about that later. Maybe not this live stream. We'll see. See how I feel as we go on. I'm kind of teasing you guys, but I had a good weekend. If you were, James and Karen, if you are doing it right every day is Valentine's Day. Everything else is just commercial exploitation. There you go, James. Absolutely. And that's a good way to put it. Every day, sorry folks, my nose is running. Every day should be like a Valentine's Day. And if you're with your spouse, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the situation is, and you care about them, yeah, every day should be your Valentine's Day, or you should be treating them like it's Valentine's Day. Why should it just be one day out of the year where we're like, oh, I love you? Should be every day. James is right. Unless that was Karen. I'm assuming that sounded like something James would say, though. Panay Hart, then finally it happened, and so far he has not been away from me since 2019. Boy, if I just read that by itself, there's so much I could say to that, but I won't, Panay. I know what you're saying. He's finally got to spend time with you, and I think that's great. St. Valentine, Tenius. Oh my goodness, James, come on now. You have to put the proper is cool. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not even going to get into that. He knows I'm not Catholic, and this whole thing of the saints, I believe the Bible teaches that if you're a child of God, you're a saint. That's what the scripture actually says. But to deify and to bring people up into a special status, like the Catholic Church does, that's a whole nother different topic, and we're not going to get into that because that'll get everybody, all the Catholics will get riled up about that. But I kind of get a kick out of it. Why should I wear a chain with a little saint on it? That's a person just like me. Okay? And in the eyes of God, they're a sinner just like I am. They're not special. Now, just because the church says they're special, are they special in the eyes of God? That's a discussion for another day. We're talking about Valentine's Day. Okay, except he had to fly back Panay Hart to Florida to take care of our house, and we can't fly with him. But yeah, best Valentine's Day is being with your special someone. Absolutely. And like James said, that's every day. Or that could be every day. And every day should be like a Valentine's Day. That was a good comment, James. I appreciate that. Let's see. Been extremely stormy here. Valentine's is every day for me. There you go. See, Trish? There you go. I didn't expect it to go there, but you guys are absolutely right. I agree with that. Quality time with someone, not fancy gifts. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with a fancy gift. If you have the ability, there's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't have to be fancy. If it comes from the heart, I'm fighting with that reflection on my glasses. If it comes from the heart, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Maybe, yeah, still getting that. I got to work on that, folks. That reflection, that's evil. See. Yep. Panay Hart says, when my husband was deployed, there was no specific time he can call. It's a miss or hit or miss. There were times he will call, and I missed that call. I had to wait another month for him to call me. Yeah, and that's a shame, but that is, that's part of the military life. That's part of being deployed. That's the way it is. Sounds to me like he was Navy. God bless him. But, Army. Anyway, yeah, it's rough when you miss them and you gotta wait. Let's see, my heart, we are not allowed to know where they are. Yeah, there's good reasons for that. Okay, should we advertise to everybody in the world where the U.S. military is deployed at? Absolutely not. Especially if he's a submariner, if he's in a submarine, then yeah, you're not gonna know. And that's for security reasons. And I wholeheartedly agree with it. Boy. Trish, Panay Hart at home. Yeah. The little emojis. Yeah. Hey, as long as you love someone, you're in love with them, and you can spend quality time with them, it's a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day, not just Valentine's Day. Let's see, Panay Hart. Trish, he retired 2020. Being a military spouse is tough, especially they have to be away. Especially they have to be away to protect the country. And but it's the life we choose. And I always say that life is about choices, right? So it is what it is. And I'll go down to 4 people still. Thank you for those of you that are sticking with me in here. I guess the rest of you are going over to see Michael Smith or going along with your day or going to bed or whatever. And that's fine. But thank you for being here with me, for the time that you have spent with me. I appreciate that. And common sense ideas. I came across pit viper one night along the beach path in Koh Tao, Thailand. You were in Koh Tao, okay. Many years ago. Yeah, now, you're talking about Valentine's Day, but we're going to talk about snakes in Thailand. I had my shares of running with snakes in Thailand, and I tell people this story. I was in this little bungalow house in kind of a jungle area of Phuket, and it was kind of a compound. This lady, her husband, they owned several little bungalows or cottages, however you want to say it. And, and anyway, outside the back door, you had the kitchen, and then there was a back door. Outside the back door was a little concrete slab, and you could put your laundry machine if you had a laundry machine back there. And it might have been 2 feet deep. That's it. And went the length of the little cottage was just maybe 4 or 5 meters, and probably 4 meters to be honest. But anyway, I stepped out there one day. I saw something moving along the edge of the concrete. You're not gonna believe this, folks. I was a king cobra, and I kid you not, he was that fat. He was that fat. I don't know if he just ate something or what. And he was just slithering straight along that concrete, and his body was the whole length of that concrete. So maybe it wasn't 4 meters. I don't know. Maybe it was 2 meters, because it wasn't that. But I didn't see the head or the tail, because I stepped back inside, and I looked through the screen door, and I just saw it just moving straight along that concrete. That was one of the biggest king cobras I've seen. And I saw a pretty big one at the snake show up in Chiang Mai. I went to a snake show there, and those guys were the guys that were with Sylvester Stallone in the one movie that he made, because they filmed it over in that area. And the guys were, they were the guys that were running the boats, and you see like local people. They were these guys, and they had pictures all over. And I think I talked about that before in another live stream, but yeah, that king cobra. And then when I had the farm up in Isan, in Nong Bu, Lampu province, and I was building a farm outside of Sibunaran. Boy, when we first started doing excavation out there, killed a cobra. It was a Thai cobra, it wasn't a king cobra. Killed a cobra right away, and I thought, oh, here we go. But after that, mostly what I saw were rat snakes, and I saw one that was over 2 meters, big sucker. He was in my workshop, curled up underneath some of the sunscreen. Yeah, that was a fun day. I think we took care of 5 snakes that day, and because mice were going in there, and the snakes were going in after the mice. So if you don't control the mice on a farm or whatever, you're not going to control the snakes, or you're going to have snakes. And there were snakes out there, but they pretty much didn't mess with us, didn't mess with me. And then had a little puppy. One time he cornered us. If you can't corner a snake in an open field, but I say he cornered a snake because the snake was there, like ready to in defensive mode, and the little puppy was like barking. I'm like, why is that dog yapping? And went over there. He was squared off with a snake. I'm like, that's a good dog. That's a keeper, because the dog was over with us. It's still a puppy, and he took off running. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought he was going to go play or whatever. And I heard him yapping. But he evidently had heard that snake moving through the dirt in the field, and went over to investigate. And he cornered it up. They were at the standoff. And yeah, I think the snake lost that battle. And then what else? There's so many snakes out there on the farm. And then we would find. I got a picture somewhere. I'm holding a snake skin. I mean, I'm like got my arms stretched. And that wasn't even end to end on that snake skin. There were some big snakes out there, much like here in the Philippines. I worry more in the Philippines. I think there's more vipers than there are in Thailand. But there's a lot of snakes. And then another time I was out on the beach and saw a tree snake. And man, it was like black and yellow diamonds. I'm colorblind, but like black and yellow diamonds all over its whole body. I'm going to work. And we were at a resort. And I was shortly after I went to Thailand. And they came out and they beat that thing. I mean, they beat everything out of that snake. And I'm like, hey, you didn't have to do that. It wasn't bothering me. They're like, well, it's a tourist. We don't want the tourists to be scared. I said, I wasn't scared of it. I thought it was cool, because it was a big one. And he was going up into the palm tree. And then another time I saw a snake. He skinnied up the side of my house, a vertical surface. He went up that vertical surface and down through the eave into the ceiling of the house. I wasn't too happy about that one. Never did find that snake, but I thought that was creepy, man. It went vertical, and it was a good 3 or 4 meters up, and he went over the wall. I never seen that before, Let's get back to the comments here. Let's see. Yep. Okay, Captain Ron, Colonel, I heard that ladyboys chase men around in the Philippines. Is that true? Wow. I haven't had any ladyboys chasing me. Maybe I'm just not good looking enough. I don't know. I think you have a higher chance of having a ladyboy come after you in Thailand than in the Philippines. But I haven't been to Boracay, okay? And I haven't been to Angli City. I've been through Angli City, but I haven't stayed in Angli City, where I understand there's quite a few ladyboys. But in certain parts of Thailand, they're very aggressive, and they will come up and put their hands on you. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But yeah, they will. You can watch videos on YouTube about that, and it's true. And it's not made up. Some of them are very aggressive. Some of them are not so aggressive, and some of them are worried that they're going to get hurt by a foreigner that finds out that they're a ladyboy. And I've been in that situation, and I'm like, look, I don't care if you're a ladyboy or not. I can have a conversation with you, because people are people. I may not agree with your sexual persuasion or what you like to do. I may not want to agree it, or I may not agree with you. I may not want to be involved with you like that. But I'm still going to treat you as a human being, and I'm still going to talk to you, and I can still be friendly with you. I'm not going to bed with you, but I can still be friendly, and be polite. Why not? They're human beings. They have hearts. Blood's the same color. What does it matter? But it's when in America when they try to push that agenda and say that you have to call me this. No, I don't have to call you anything. I don't have to agree with you. But that doesn't mean that I need to treat you badly. And why are you treating me badly just because I don't agree with you? It's ridiculous. But no, I don't find that here in the Philippines. I haven't had any lady boy, and I haven't seen anybody. I'm sure somebody has a story out there where they were chased by a lady boy. I guess I don't know, but I haven't seen it. What I've seen, most of them they keep to themselves. Now, when I went to Rojas City and I saw that birthday party up there, and those girls and the one lady, oh, he was very flamboyant, and he wanted to be noticed and whatnot. But chasing, no, I haven't seen that, to be honest. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, though. Let's see. Panay Hart, Captain Ron, if you came into a wrong place, yes, exactly, Panay Hart. You've got to be in the places where that type of activity is going on. I agree with you. I knew some Filipino folks had those experiences, so just be cautious. Okay, Panay Hart, I haven't seen it. Don't mean it doesn't happen. Like I said, if I hung out, if I was one of those bar flies that hung out in Angli City, oh, I'm sure I'd see it. Now in Thailand, if you go to Pattaya, Thailand, okay, and you go with a friend who likes to sit in the bars, which I personally don't like to do, but if someone is with me as a friend and he wants me to accompany him, I'll go. It's not my scene, but I'll go there. I'll drink my soda water with lemon, and I'll go there and joke around with them and try to relax and whatnot. And yeah, you go there to Patty, especially Soy 6. Talking to somebody about this other day, or maybe on the line. Yeah, the lady boys are going to be on either side of you, and they're going to be putting their hands on you, and that's part of being in town. Now you can decline, and you can ask to be left alone, and they'll respect that for the most part. I haven't seen any that haven't respected that, because they're human beings too, and if they're not wanted, they know they're not wanted. They're going to go away. That's my experience. Captain Ron, I need a Filipino to protect me. Then that's not a bad thing, Captain Ron. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, I got one. It's just not living with me, but yeah. Another little teaser, folks. Our friends like the Colonel. Yeah, Panay Hart, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I support my friends, and I try to stay true to my friends, even though sometimes maybe they're not staying true to me. I still want to stay true to them, although they irritate me sometimes. If you're taller than them, they won't even try to chase you. That's funny, Panay Hart. That's not me then. I'm not the tall one. That's hilarious. Mostly they chase those guys that looks easy to target. Or they think have some money that they maybe could take off their hands. And if you're like that, if you're not savvy enough to be able to protect your belongings, maybe you're in the wrong country or maybe you're in the wrong place. Why are you putting yourself in a situation? Yeah, you know, I hear stories all the time. Yeah, my hotel room, this lady boy took 10,000 baht or, took 20,000 pesos from me. I want it back. I need to prosecute. I'm like, well, why was the lady boy in your room? What? Were you with that person? Oh, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that they were stupid and they put themselves in a situation and they walked away. They went in the CR or whatever and they left their money sitting there. And you got, somebody's hungry or whatever. They're trying to make a livelihood or they're just a crook. They're going to take your money. If you're that naive, I can't help you. I mean, it's just some people. I remember this pastor's wife one time. She made this statement. I'll never forget it. She said, "Some people are just too stupid to live." Ain't that the truth? Yeah, some people are just too stupid to live. You know what we say in the military? Sometimes you just can't fix stupid. It is what it is. And then you got Forrest. Mama says stupid is as stupid does. Yeah. So, be aware of what you're doing. When you're putting yourself in a situation, what's going to be the outcome? It's probably going to be the outcome that you've heard stories about. So be careful. Yeah, Pine Heart's exactly right. Yeah. Let's see, common sense idea. Do you believe in ghosts? What's that got to do with Valentine's Day? Ever have experience or encounter? We'll save that for another time. I ain't gonna comment on that. Captain Ron said, I'm 5'11". Is that tall enough? Yeah, Captain Ron, you're taller than me, so that's tall enough. I'm not really into that. I mean, you don't have to be tall to be smart, and you don't have to be tall to protect yourself. Just leave it at that. Leave that at that. Yep, that's tall for us, said Panay Hart. Now, she says that, but I tell you what, I've seen some Filipinos over here. These dudes are some big dudes, man. I'm like, yo, man, this guy's 6'4". I was in the mall. I'm looking, that's a big dude right there. Yeah, I mean, holy smoke, they ain't all short, folks. Man, not all Filipinos are short and little. Now, and there's some Filipino men in there. They're bigger than me, and when I say bigger than me, I'm talking bigger this way. I'd just like to know where they buy their clothes. That's all, because I have trouble finding them. LOL, Captain Ron, J-Boy, your height is 50-50. Well, like I always said, when you're laying down, height's irrelevant. It don't matter when you're laying down. You're the same height. See, unless you're fat like me, then you might be a little bit taller. But anyway, probably should get off that subject. Yep, that's tall for a Panay. Okay. Oh, I read that already. Sorry. The Colonel always dropping little teasers. That's right, J-Boy. I got to keep you hanging on, man. Got to keep you hanging on. I ain't here for telling, but I will tell eventually. I already got the permission to tell, but I'm still kind of like, I don't know yet, man, if I would just want to give up the goods or not. Tell everybody what's really going on. I don't know. I was working on a photograph, but I can't get it to fit in. I was going to put it up on the screen on my channel, but I can't get it to fit in just right. And but I'm working on it for when the time's right, when I get everything right. Yeah, we're going to have the quote unquote so-called reveal, but we ain't going to reveal too much. All right, let's see. That's funny, Captain Ron. Hopefully the Colonel will protect me. I don't know there, Captain. You're bigger than I am, dude. I might need you to protect me. I don't know. Panay Hart, J-Boy, what's your height? J-Boy says, I'm 5'10", Ate Panay Hart at home. I get chased by ladyboys every time I go home. Well, J-Boy, that should tell you something, man. You got it like that. You got it like that, See, I don't think I get chased by ladyboys, but I get a lot of people ask me, they ask me if I'm gay. I'm like, no, I ain't gay. But if that's your thing, I mean, I think it's a sin myself, but, up to you. Oh, JB, you are tall. Ha ha, Panay. 5'10's not tall, but it's taller than me. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's taller than me. Let's see. My husband is 6'1". The tallest Filipino guy I dated was the same height as you. Does your husband know that, Panay Hart? Oh, my goodness. I thought the only man you dated, Panay Hart, was your husband. Being as we're talking about Valentine's Day. Hey, there's 6 people in here. Appreciate you sticking around and chatting with me and giving me some time on the live stream. I appreciate that. And I'm just teasing you, Panay Hart. You know that. Philippines average. I don't know what happened there. I lost the stream for a few seconds, but I'm back. Sorry about that. It must be my internet here in Iloilo. If you missed it, J Boy said Filipinos average height is getting taller as more kids are getting proper nutrition these days, or they're getting more rice. Who knows? I'll tell you, Panay Hart, your husband looks taller on your videos. Yeah, he looks pretty tall. Well, 6'1" is tall for me. My dad was only 6 foot. My adopted father. No, my real father, he was a short man. And my mother was even shorter, so that's why I'm short. Panay Hart, Filipino guys are mostly the target of Filipino ladyboys. The Filipino guys I dated was chased a lot by ladyboys. They never did with my husband. Wow, Panay Hart, I don't know if I'd have given up all that information. So let's get this straight. You were dating a guy that ladyboys liked, and ladyboys were chasing, but you were dating him. I could have a whole discussion with you about that, just like I had with that discussion with Jenny, but I'm going to leave it alone. Because I don't want to get you going. I don't want to push your buttons, you'll get going. But Filipino girls was trying to flirt with my husband while I was with him. Ha ha. Now see, that's wrong. In my book, that's wrong. If you're with a woman, why are other girls hitting on your husband or hitting on you if you got to? Now see, I will say this, in Thailand, most Thai women will not do that. I think most Filipino women will not do that. But if you're in the area like Anglis and that's their business and they're trying to, yeah, they're going to do it. They don't care. You know, they might want to steal them from you because it benefits their financial status, you know. Let's see, Filipino girls will, I read that already. So Filipino girls will chase foreigners, LOL. In some areas, yeah, I believe that to be true. Other areas, no. Like over here in the island of Panay, I don't think you see that a lot. You'll see some that are chasing, but as a norm, no. As I walk around, I don't have anybody chasing me, you know. I have somebody that I want to be chasing me, but she's not on this island. Okay, another little teaser there, J-Boy. Panay Hart says, I am 4'11". Bless your little heart, Panay Hart. Yeah, 4'11". That's cute. It's not a bad height. I mean, I'm short, so I like short women myself. But congratulations, says J-Boy Panay Hart Home, on your first live stream. Hopefully next time we can all try. Oh, I missed it. I didn't. See, I don't get notification, folks. So if you go live and I missed it, I apologize. Man, I missed that. I missed it too. I'm sorry about that. I would have. Yeah, I would have. Of course, I could have been on an airplane. I don't know. I would have commented though. My husband was with my brother while I was at work, and my husband told me about these girls, asking him a lot of questions. I wasn't worried at all. LOL. Oh, so they were sneaking in there when you weren't around. And like, ah, she's not there now. You know, she won't beat us up. We could go in and talk to him. Yeah, we don't have to catch the fire. You know, listen, he's alone. Go talk to him. Dummies. Your brother told on him. That's funny. Or your husband told on him, actually. But your brother was with him. Okay, yeah. Well, at least your brother was there was he there for protection, Panay Hart? Did you tell your brother to stay there to protect him from the other girl? I think you did. Now, see, that would be typical Filipino there. Or in Thailand, too. Always leave a family member. If you're leaving your man alone, always leave a family member to keep an eye on him and to keep the wolves at bay. Tell me I'm lying on that. Tell me that he wasn't there just to make sure that your husband was on the up and up. I'm probably totally wrong, but it sounds good. It's a good story, isn't it? I seen it in Thailand, though. I mean, the grandmother was out on the farm watching me like a hawk, and I thought it was because she was out there to help, because she did help. But I figured it out later. No, she was out there to protect their interest, to protect their ATM machine. That's why the grandmother was there. She was watching me like a hawk. and to make sure no other woman, Thai lady, came along and tried to steal me away from her granddaughter. They should have saved me a lot of. Well, anyway, we won't get into that. Yeah. J Boy says, Colonel, how tall is your friend from Lake State? What friend, J Boy? What are you talking about? Panay Heart. Thanks, J Boy. Yeah, we can all give Panay Heart at home a hard time on her next live stream. I don't want to do that. We want to support her because she always supports us. Panay, my husband told me about these Filipinos keep chasing him, ha ha ha, while he was with my brother. He's just keeping you honest, Panay Heart. He wanted to keep you coming back too, to protect your interest. Panay Heart, I was away from home for a few days. I was working in the Catholic Church. We had a retreat for 3 days while my husband was just my fiance that time, came to visit me. Yeah, protect their interest. Dang, Colonel, that's crazy. Hey, come on now. That's just keeping it real. This is Thailand, and let's not kid ourselves. They do the same thing here in the Philippines. Now, the Filipino lady, they might deny it. You deny it all you want. That doesn't make it less true. Women do it all the time. They got a man. Oh, don't believe that they're not trying to protect that. Come on now. That's just human nature. Even for men with women, you want other guys hanging around your lady? I don't think so. You might set up little safeguards or whatever to keep that from happening. That's just human nature. And if you say that doesn't happen, you're kidding yourself. That's not being naive. It's not being naive at all. But yeah, Jay Boy, I figured that over. I didn't see that right away. I looked at it as, oh, she's out here helping. Then I found the light bulb finally went on. No, she ain't out here helping. She's out here making sure nobody visits me. Because they didn't, now I built a house outside the village. In the village, they didn't even want me going over and talking to the neighbors because they were concerned that the neighbors would enlighten me about the grift that the family I married into had going on with me. And I found out later that, yeah, the grandmother, she was, everyone in the village knew her. And most people were scared of her in that village, and they didn't want to lose their life, or what have you. It's serious business in Thailand sometimes. It's not always like that, but it was like that for me. That's just the way it is. Panay Heart, your brother probably was using your husband to pick up. That's what Filipinos do. Now I like that too, Jay Boy. Yeah, Panay Heart. Yeah, the girls were coming over there for your fiance, but your brother was like, yeah, maybe that, yeah. Maybe I can get in on some of that action because he ain't gonna get none. But maybe I can get. Nah, we don't know your brother. That's not really fair to your brother. But that's funny, Jay Boy. I think that's hilarious. So, got another one. You guys are funny, huh? Well, I don't know if we're funny or not, but we're trying to be. I don't know if we're succeeding, but if you're laughing, then we're succeeding. That's funny. Colonel, did you Muay Thai back in Thailand? I watched it. Did I do it? Nah. I don't need to get beat up anymore. I got beat up enough when I was at work. I don't need, and by my ex-wife in America, I don't need to get beat up anymore. No, I went, I lived right by a lot of Muay Thai gyms, and a lot of Russian guys in there trying to show off. Always got a kick out of that. A lot of Europeans and that, but some Americans too going over there to train Muay Thai. But it never sparked any interest by me as far as something I wanted to be involved in. And you can take this for whatever it's worth. You can tell me I'm full of it. That's fine. This is just what I observed. What I observed in Thailand, if you're going to do Muay Thai and you're going to do a match, usually the foreigner's going to lose, unless it's foreigner on foreigner. But if it's foreigner on Thai, especially if it's a Thai champ, and he may get the living snot beat out of him in the ring, guess what? When it comes to give the decision, the Thai guy gets his hand raised. I'd watch it on TV. It was a foreigner doing Muay Thai with the Thai person always won. And I thought, what a crock of bull. This dude got beat down by this foreigner, or this foreigner definitely got more hits on, but miraculously the Thai guy won. So I kind of got sour towards Muay Thai because I felt like it was rigged. And but I would watch the matches and tie against tie and whatnot. It was fun to watch sometimes. But I always felt too, put them in a boxing ring. No, no. And then there was yeah, there's some stories about that. That these they tried to go international with it and got up against people that were a lot more qualified with fighting, and yeah, they didn't stand a chance. But I will say this about the Muay Thai: they have really strong legs, and they can take a beating on their legs like no tomorrow, which I couldn't take. You kicked me on my shins like these guys. I'm done, and that's what Muay Thai, in my observations, was mostly about kicking, and kicking their legs out, the shins and knees, and just beating them to death. So the person has no legs; they can't stand up. But yeah, I used to get aggravated because I felt like there was some racism going on, and that it was always rigged against the foreigner. Foreigners didn't have it; they were never going to win. Even if they won, they weren't going to win. It's just my observation, folks. You can argue with me if you want, but that's just the way I thought. I'm sure there's somewhere somebody's going to point out, well, no, this foreigner won. Okay, no, it's not. But overall, I didn't see that when I was in Thailand. Okay, where are we at? Now that I did my little racial rant about, or my rant against racism in Thailand. Let's see. Yeah, all kicks. If they can kick you, you're done. Well, yeah, that J boy, but also when I've seen the girls go at it in Muay Thai, and there's nothing like a good elbow. Nothing like a good elbow. That hurts, brother. And I seen a girl take another girl out with her elbow, and yeah, that was. I didn't think the girl was winning. She pulled it out, and she walloped that girl with her elbows and just took her out. She took her out, and I was like, okay. So yeah, it's a lot of kicks, but I forgot about it's not all kicks. It's a lot of it's the elbow too. Excuse me one second. And but yeah, Muay Thai. I don't know, man. I mean, the Thais love it. Americans we were more into boxing now than MMA, mixed martial arts and things like that. And I would say for the most part, your Muay Thai people in Thailand, put them in an MMA ring and they're done. I'm sorry. The Thai people they hate that and they might argue, but they're done. You go against professional MMA, you put your Muay Thai champion up against a champion MMA, and the Muay Thai guy, I'm sorry, unless he gets some kicks in and knocks the person out right away, then it's not going to hold up. Just that's the Colonel's opinion. Doesn't make it right. That's just my opinion based on my observations. But if you can keep somebody away from you by doing kicks and whatnot and high kick, who knows? Anything could happen. Let's see. J-Boy, maybe my ex had some Thai in her. I always used to get elbows. Oh, I don't know where you're going with that, J-Boy. I was going to say, yes, she probably did. She probably did have some. Oh, I'm sorry, that ain't right. But I used to get elbows. So was that when you were sleeping, J-Boy? Were you snoring and you got the elbow? Or was it you come up behind you scared and you got the elbow? At least you got elbows. I got butcher knives. So if you just got elbows, you did good. That my one, she came out with the butcher knife. I'm just like the second time I had to go to the police and file a report because I'm like, this ain't gonna go no more. I need to use knives when I'm cooking. I got tired of hiding the knives from her. That's funny though, J-Boy. Oh, when we were fighting. Okay. Now, was that fighting on Valentine's Day, J-Boy? Or was that just everyday fighting? Or was it just play fighting? Yeah, I think you need to. Man, somebody's smoking a cigarette out in front here. Can't stand cigarette smoke coming in my house, folks. Sorry. Man, it's bad. I know they're burning trash or burning debris at the Christian school behind my house, but yeah, I just told you where I live. Oh boy, I was trying to keep that a secret. Fortune will know where I lived in. Let's see. Did you graduate to butcher knife eventually? Oh, she did graduate to butcher. Is she Thai? I mean, come on now. She must have been Thai. The worst I've had is a head and shoulder bottle thrown. Well, at least that was plastic and a little bit flexible there, Norm. That was Norm. That's funny. Let's see, what have I had thrown at me? I was always just worried about the cast iron skillet. I never got that. That's what I was worried about. And that was in the U.S. But anyway. Hey, Colonel, Professor from Darren. Darren, I thought you changed your name. I thought you weren't on here anymore. Or is that a different Darren? But welcome, Darren. Appreciate it. You know, I'm getting towards the end here, but I appreciate you coming in, seeing new people. I'm only, 4 people are sticking with me. I appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't, folks. Well, you're doing well then, Norm. Hey, Dash, what happened to, Darren, what happened to Channel? Is that Darren? Yeah, Panay Heart Home. I had an ex grab my necklace and broke it. Got bruised up a lot because of his jealousy. That's not good, Panay Heart. That's abuse, and that's not good. I don't condone that whatsoever. So, those of you that stuck around, all 4 of you, here we go. The Colonel's Valentines. All those people in here earlier, I guess I should have talked about it then, but we'll talk about it now. Should have stayed to the end because I'm going to finish up here in 10 minutes or so. So, yes, for those of you that have been asking, J-Boy, you're still here? Because here we go. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, that's the same comment I read. J-Boy, put a comment in there. You still here? It's like a Marvel movie. That's funny. Maybe I just stop right now and wait for the next episode. Oh, well, we got another person. Make your phone call, folks, because the Colonel's going to give up the information now. Get everybody back on this live stream. Come on back over from that Philippines life, and I'm going to give up the goods now, okay? I'm not going to make the big formal announcement, but I'm going to give up the goods. Yes, okay, I'm interested in a woman in Leyte, okay? I personally think she's beautiful. Because I think as a man, if you're attracted to a woman, I hope it's because she's beautiful. She should be beautiful to you, even if she isn't to anybody else. Okay? Uh-oh. Maritas mode activated. There we go, Jay. Yeah, get all those Maritas people here. So here we go. So I decided that for Valentine's Day, I wanted her to come visit me. Well, that didn't happen. And there was some spit-spatting, going back and forth about that, of why won't you come to visit me and things like that. But we worked it out, and I said, I'm coming there. And I got the, no, it's a waste of money. And I'm like, look, if I'm interested in a woman, nothing's a waste of money. Well, that's not true. Most things are not a waste of money, okay? And so I wanted to have a Valentine's. Now, could I have gotten a Valentine's here in Iloilo without giving up too much information? Yeah, I could have. They're available, okay? And I've got people interested in this old man, you know, but I want to be with who I'm interested in, not just someone who's interested in me. Uh-oh, we're missing some Marita's comments here. Oh, my goodness. Panay Heart's laughing. Yeah, Marita's Agda. Gotta know Kung Fu and be alert at all times, young grasshopper. That's right, Captain Ron. I haven't heard that in a long time. Grasshopper. I always liked that. But you know what I like even more? I like to go. And that's what I'm going to start calling Rock. My young Padawan. My young Padawan. That's funny. LOL, Captain Ron. J-Boy. Yeah. Who's that? Brian. Brian. Good morning, Brian. Hey, good day, Brian from J-Boy. See, I get to stop telling my story. People heard that Maritas is flooding back into the stream. Yeah, okay. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't. So, as it turned out, I said, I'm coming to Leyte. I would like for you to meet me, you know, if you want to. And she wanted to, but she doesn't want to admit. See, she doesn't want to admit her feelings with the, you know, she likes the Colonel. She wants to keep, you know, yeah, she's a woman. She knows how to work that stuff, you know. And so I was just like, wow. Okay, so there's a man. Yeah, I went to Leyte, and I met my Valentine. Okay, we had a good weekend, and then she went home, and I left. But no, we've been talking for a while, and we've had some long conversations. And yeah, that's the short story, folks. maybe the long story another time. I don't know. I'm still keeping this close to my chest. I don't want to give up too much yet because yeah, I want to put something together and make a whole announcement about it. And she did say, and she's very shy, okay? She's very shy. But I did ask her, I said, look, do you mind if I tell people on YouTube? I said, because eventually this YouTube channel is going to be yours, more than likely. If things keep going the way they're going, she's going to be involved in this YouTube channel just as much as I am. At least that's what I hope. We'll see what happens. And yeah. So yeah, hey, Colonel, Professor, hey, the Colonel, hey, Brian. Yeah, Filipinos are very shy. You almost have to plan everything until they're comfortable. Yeah, Jay boy, and with her, you can't give her a choice. You have to. This is what we're doing. This is what I'm finding with her. Because she will say no if you ask her opinion about something or what she wants to do. Nothing. Stay home. Well, I don't know. Up to you. Or she'll just flat out say no. And then what I'm finding with her is I have to just, you know what, I'm doing it. Whether you like it or not, I'm doing it. And hold on, get down the comments here. Panay Hart, yes, we are very shy, especially if Filipina never date a foreigner. Does she watch your vlog, J-Boy? Yes, she does, J-Boy. I don't think all the time, but she's watched some of it. They will say no to everything. You just have to do it for absolutely, J-Boy. I learned that real quick. That's why I told her, I said, look, I'm coming over. I'm going to be there from the 12th to the 15th. If you want to come see me, if you're serious about me like you say you are, hey, you got to put forth the effort. And she did. She did. She's had some issues going on, some personal issues and stuff that she had to take care of. But yeah, she came over there and we had a great time together, and we made a commitment to each other, which we had kind of done verbally before anyway. But we have made the agreement that it's just her and I now, and so the Colonel's off the market. For all those ladies out there that have been communicating with me and sending me nasty messages that I block them on social media or whatever. Hey, that's what I do. When I commit to somebody, I'm committed to them. I'm not chasing other women, and I don't want other women chasing me, as flattering as that might be. My focus will be on my love interest. And from this weekend, from my Valentine, which is the way you should be too. You should be focused on your Valentine, not trying to get, even though it's ego building, it makes you feel good. Look, this person interested. Stop playing the game. So for me, the game's over, and I got one, and she's a cutie patootie, as they say. She's cute. I think she's beautiful. And then she says no, and I say, okay, you're ugly, and then she laughs, and she would rather I call her ugly. It cracks me up, and I don't think she's ugly. You may think she's ugly, but I don't care. I don't think she is. I think she's beautiful, and she very easily could be a model if she wanted to be. That's my opinion, but I'm a little biased, folks. Let's see. Panay Hart, when my husband came to the Philippines, he had to plan everything, and I made sure of he will never be alone. That's so sweet. Panay Hart's so sweet. Your husband's so lucky. Dad's Bart, Filipino run the household, but the man runs the adventure side. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Panay Hart from Dad's Bart. Hi, Kuya, Darren. Hey, Brian. J-Boy, congrats, Colonel. Wishing you both all the best. Thanks, J-Boy. I will be coming out with more of that, and someday I hope to have her live stream with me. Yeah, she'll probably not want to be on the camera, and she'll probably be doing this all the time and hiding, and she'll probably put a hat on because she's just so stinking shy, But it's the sweetest thing. Walk through the mall, and she's holding on to my arm, and it makes a brother feel good, and to feel like someone loves you and you can love them, and it's reciprocated. So the saga will continue, the dating will continue, and hopefully I will see her very soon. You get the little messages, I miss you already, I miss you. It's sweet, and you notice I'm not telling you a lot about her. And for you Filipinas out there, I will just say, yes, she's Morena, but that's what I like, I like that. I like the dark skin. Let's see. But thank you, J Boy. Appreciate that. We love it when a man is clingy. Really, Panay Heart. Not all women are like that. Not all women are like that. But I'm a little clingy. I'm a touchy feely kind of guy. But I like the women to be touchy feely too. Um, this woman she's gonna keep me honest. I just put it that way. There's not gonna be. I can't be lazy with this relationship with this one. I already know I can't be lazy because she's gonna make me work. She's gonna make me work for everything. I already figured that out. I got to work for it, and I gotta be able to weave my way through her emotions and the tempo and what she's got going on in her mind because there's a lot going on there, folks. And well, I think this channel will turn into a channel where we're talking about relationships and talking about my relationship. We'll see what happens, along with everything else, the riding the motorbike, the multi-cap. This channel is just the Colonels Chronicles. That's what it is. That's what chronicles are. You chronicle your daily activities and what's going on, and that's what's going to continue to happen with me. Is you're just going to hear stories and hear about what's going on in my life and the things that are important to me at the moment, and I'm going to respond to your comments and things like that. Hopefully, it's enjoyable for you. If it's not, it's okay too. So, yeah. So we met, and back to the thing of you have to decide. I'm like, I need to make reservations for Valentine's dinner. And she's like, I don't, she's like, I don't need that and everything like that. I'm like, yeah, but I want to do it. She's like, no, I just want to stay. I just want to stay in. I don't want to go out. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here we go. But that's the way she is. She's a homebody and she's shy. But a lot of that is, I think, because she hasn't had a lot of things in life. She comes from a poor family, and which is typical out in the provinces and whatnot. And I'm okay with that. I'm used to that. But yeah, so yeah, I learned this Valentine's Day. Next Valentine's Day will be different. I'm not giving her a choice about anything next Valentine. It's just going to be, hey, this is what we're doing. Get ready because this is what we're doing. Just be prepared. This is what we're doing. And if I got to throw her over my shoulder, kicking and screaming, we're going to do that. And because I'm just going to decide. It's just going to have to be the way it is. All this thing of Americanized, of give the woman, what would you like to do, sweetheart? Where would you like to go? Nah, forget that. She's not going to have a choice. I'm just going to do it and say, hey, this is what we're doing. And the other thing, now, I wish James was still on here, but this thing, okay, we have a reservation at this time. We need to be there at this time. Oh my goodness. You better, yeah. And James can attest to that. You better set that schedule ahead of time. Set a schedule ahead of time. Let's see. Hold on. Oh my goodness. The comments got ahead of me. Hold on, folks. Let me back up. There's a lot going on here. Bear with me. Let me get back. Okay, there we go. Call him Daz. He is incognito. Yeah, Darren. Okay, Daz now. Hope all is well, Daz from J Boy, Brian Dazzler. Dazzler. I like that Dazzler. Darren is now Dazzler. The Dazzler. That's great. Or maybe Bedazzle. He's going to be, remember the Bedazzle? The little rhinestones on the shirt? Anyway. Something from the U.S. Okay, just posted on Philippines live stream. You're off the market. Dang, J Boy, did you have to go there, man? Oh my goodness. See? That's why I was keeping quiet so much. And that's why I really haven't told you anything about her. But you can tell everybody I'm off the market. It's all good. Because we made it official this weekend that we're both off the market. And I will share more as time goes on. But man, Jay, I can't believe you did that, man. Just joking. That's okay if you did, though. I'm okay with it. I have a good sense of humor. Ha ha ha, Jay boy. We are clingy, Panay Hart said. And you know what? Most of us guys, we love it. Some men don't. I personally like it. I like a woman who's clingy. That doesn't bother me one bit. Unless I'm doing something. If I'm working on something and you're trying to hang on, I'm like, you're going to get hurt, sweetheart. I don't want you to get hurt. Let me do this. Had that happen where it's like, come on, I'm trying to fit work on my Jeep. And I'm in there and she's up on hanging up and laying her head. I'm like, oh my goodness. Although my girlfriend now, she can do that all she wants. She can cling on to me no matter what I'm doing. Yeah, see, I got it bad, don't I? Pie Heart, I got it bad, don't I? It's bad if I'm already wishing that she would just. Yeah, I miss her. I ain't gonna lie to you, folks. I miss. Only been. Haven't even. Have we been away? Yeah, we've been apart 24 hours now. Yeah, I miss her. Yeah, she's a sweetie when she's not doing the tompo. But anyway, you're a big softy with a tough title, Colonel. J Boy says that. J Boy. I became a softy when I retired. Okay, when I was working, I wasn't a big softy. Man, J Boy, you give away all my secrets, man. I don't like you know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And that is why we are very emotional. Okay, Panay. Oh my goodness. Do we even have to go down that road to talk about Filipinas and being emotional? Oh my goodness gracious. That's a good topic for another day. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And I even made her cry this week. I felt so bad because I said something, but I was just being honest with her about a certain situation, and it made her cry, and it broke my heart. But live and learn. Stupid Colonel. Ah, boy, Darren and Daz Bart, better off not putting your Filipina on the camera. Just let her be the camera person. Yeah, she's not ready for prime time, and here's the problem: if I put her on the camera, nobody will remember who I am. You know, and maybe I'm just a little bit selfish, but you know, it's still called the Colonels Chronicles. Might have to have a name change in the future. Thinking about that, but it's still early, folks. And but yeah, once I put her in front of the camera, this channel is going to change, and not because I wanted to, but I just know you all out there, and I know the people that pop in. Trust me, it will change, and not necessarily so in a good way. All the haters are going to come out, and all the name callers and everything will come out. It's all good. But I don't want her to get hurt. I'm kind of like Gino. He protects Dazzle. I want to protect this woman, from the evil side or the negative side that can happen on live streams, because there's some evil people out there because they got nothing better to do. Let's see. Yeah, it's better off. Yeah, okay. Sounds like experience have thought you well, Colonel, and you'll be able to maneuver this one. Thanks, J Boy. Yeah, I mean, you always, J Boy, something always blindsides you that you didn't expect. Just when you think you planned for everything and you expect everything, there's always something that comes in and catches you off guard sometimes. But that's why you plan ahead and try to think things through, and you talk. And I've talked to her extensively about this, and I know how she feels about it. But I was actually, I was kind of shocked when she was like, "Yeah, you can tell everybody about me," because before I wasn't saying anything at all. But now she's like, "Yeah, you can tell." I think she wants everybody to know I'm off the market. I think that's what it is, and she wants to know that. She wants to let everybody know that he's mine, and that's all good too. I think I that stuff cracks me up. But you know what? Let's be honest. Since it was just Valentine's Day weekend, isn't it nice to feel wanted by somebody? Isn't that a good thing? And it's not nice when you don't feel wanted and when you get rejected. I've been on both sides of that, and I've done both of that to people. I've rejected people. I've been rejected. Hurt is a part of life. And we don't like it, but it's a reality and a part of life. Let's see. Panay Heart. Next. Finding good lady for our friend J-Boy. Yeah. Just remember that, J-Boy. All this stuff you're talking and the Marita stuff. What goes around, brother, comes around. What goes around comes around. You heard it here first from the Colonel. What goes around comes around. Some people call that karma. I'm not Hindu or anything. I don't call it karma. I just, what goes around comes around, brother. But all in good humor, all good natured about it. I think that's funny. Let's see. JP. Hello, Colonel. Hold on, let me get I gotta scroll up again. JP is in the house. How are things with you and Eden, JP? Hope all is well. Good to see you again, brother. JP's up there in Calibo with Gino and the crew, the Panay Posse. And yeah, that's great. Uh-oh, I went too far. Oh my goodness. I gotta go back up. Hold on, folks. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I didn't go up high enough. Bear with me, folks. Apologize. Yeah, okay. Hello, Colonel from JP. Yep. Now we're back on track. Ha ha ha, Panay Heart at home, J Boy says. That's great, J Boy. I love it. I love that emoji. I gotta use that one more often. I like that. Peekaboo. Hello, J Boy, Panay Heart, and Brian from JP. Keep your personal life as personal, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, Darren, I'm with that. But this is YouTube, and there's YouTube is about entertainment and entertaining, and but for me, I will keep things close to my heart that I need to keep close to my heart. Uh, I will talk about things that doesn't bother me to talk about, and but as far as deeply personal stuff, that's my business, and there's something to be said for that. Yeah, keep your personal life personal, but come on now, if that's what folks they want to know. I mean, let's just keep it real on the real for real. This is what makes YouTube interesting, entertaining is learning about other people, learning about what's going on in their lives. But there's an appropriate way to do things and there's an inappropriate way to do things. So let's hope that the Colonel, me, that I can keep things on the up and up, keep things on the right level, and showing the proper respect. Because at the end of the day, with this lady that I'm falling in love with, yeah, I want to be totally respectful of her and of her desires and her wishes, because that's what love's about. Part of what love's about. There's a lot more than that. So we want to keep it real. But yeah, keep your personal life personal. But it's hard to do on YouTube, especially when people out you and they say things. After you ask them not to say things, they say things. You're like, well, okay, I guess we got to talk about that. Like I was keeping the multi-cab a secret, and somebody outed me. It's like, okay, well, the secret's out, so I guess we'll talk about it. But I still haven't given up too much about it, and it's just the way it goes. Let's see. Hey, JP from J-Boy, Calibo. JP Calibo. Panay Heart, or maybe July, just meet someone to meet for vacation only. Have you watched the movie on Netflix? The title is People We Meet in Vacation. No, I haven't seen that. I don't watch Netflix right now. I've watched it in the past, but right now my account's not active on Netflix. I don't watch a lot of TV, to be honest. Stone Cold, the Caveman Chronicle. Okay, Stone Cold. I don't know where you're going with that, but it's all good, man. It's all good. Hi, J-Boy. JP, Panay Heart. So sorry about that, Panay Heart. I read that and I shouldn't have. She's saying hi to JP. Darren said, hey, JP. Hello, Darren. Daz B. Hey, Stone Cold. JP, what a shocker. Colonel, you should have met up with Eden and I in Boracay. Well, JP, brother, I would have loved to do that, but I was on Leyte. Completely different island. But I believe we can make that happen, possibly, but I know your situation is fluid with where you guys are going to be and whatnot, so we'll see. We'll see. I am going to Boracay. I would love to take her to Boracay. And we talked about that a little bit. And, she's a provinces lady. So she's only been in Leyte and Manila. That's it, according to what she told me. So we'll see, and I believe it. Okay, where are we at? Panay Heart, I am still clingy with my husband, LOL. So Panay Heart is still clingy. There's nothing wrong with being clingy. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. Now, I'm sure he's happy. JP says, clingy is one reason I wanted a Filipina in the first place. Well, JP, I could have been clingy, man, if you just needed somebody clingy, man. You didn't give me a call. I'm joking, dude. You know better than that. I mean, I could have bought you a stuffed animal, JP, and that kind of has Velcro hook and loop and wrapped your arms around it and hooked it up, and it could have been hanging on you all day. you know, might have saved you in some areas. I'm just teasing you, brother. That's funny. Okay, here we go. Dad's right. Colonel is in his honeymoon. No, no honeymoon yet. We're not married. We're in a relationship, committed relationship. Jay, I have Netflix for the kids, but never watch it. I'll give the movie a go. Panay Heart at home. Thanks for the recommendation. Okay, Panay Heart. Panay Heart says, but that's a mouth. Panay Heart at home. We got a short. I've been saying Panay Heart, but I'm ready to like. I think I'm just might change that to PHT. You know, PH. I'm going to change it to Panay Heart. I'm going to say PH from now on. I think it's easier. We love it when a man cry on us. Any Filipino ladies here? LOL. I don't know about all that PH now, about crying on. I don't know, you know. I don't know about all that. It could happen, I guess. I don't know. For right now, I'm laughing. I'm going to just keep laughing. We felt the intense emotion when a guy cried on us. Yeah, but is it real? Or is the man's tears for real? That's what you have to ask yourself. Or is it just a manipulation ploy by a narcissist? Stone Cold. Clingy is suffocating. Need a man cave. Yeah, Stone Cold. Everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. I like to be alone sometimes, too. Colonel has been struck. The Cupid arrow got me. JB. J-Boy. Is that it? The Cupid arrow it's got the Colonel? Yeah, Cupid's arrow got me a long time ago. I just didn't talk about it. Truth be told. I was smitten as soon as I met this lady. I ain't gonna lie. I love clingy. My Filipino's so clingy. I love it very much. Hey, doesn't get any better than that. But some guys, they, you know, even myself, sometimes we need some alone time. But if I'm with her, oh, absolutely. I love when she I told her I love it when she puts her, slides her hand around the arm, holds onto my arm as we're walking through the mall. I mean, it's great. Lays the head on your shoulder. Doesn't get any better than that, folks. Well, that's not true, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, my goodness. Stone Cold. Once she is on the channel, here come the trolls if she was under 30. Even if she was, you know, whatever her age is, Stone Cold, the trolls are going to be there, man. It don't. As soon as you put a female on your channel, the trolls are there. Look at Ray. Look at Ray and Lynn. I don't know how old Lynn is. No offense, but I thought she was over 30. But James and Karen, same thing. Mike and Kat, you know, people are going to show up just because they're, you know, want to say perverted stuff and want to act like they're better than you. It's all good. It's all good. But nice try, Stone Cold, trying to get me to give up her age. I'm not giving up her age. Not yet. Someday. But not right today. Panay Heart at Home is our inside information. Yeah, she's our inside information about Filipinos. But I don't know. She's been in America for a long time. And I think she's a little bit jaded now. She's not full on Filipina anymore. And I think she's in California. So that's even, I mean, once you're Californiaized, or however that word would be that I made up, I don't know. You know, I think we can go with a lot of what she's saying, but you just got to remember, folks, she's in America now, so I don't know. I think I need to hear from somebody who's still up to date, living here in the Philippines. Just my personal opinion. Nothing against you, Panay Heart, because your information is gold. You know, what you say is gold, but I don't know. Yeah, Jay boy, maybe you might just need to find someone to have a friend and join you to explore the worlds. People we meet on vacation movie. Maybe you might like the ending or not. LOL from Panay Heart. I haven't watched that show. It sounds like it might be a little... But you know what? I wasn't looking for that. Neither was like JP. He wasn't looking for that. We're looking for the final destination. You know, we're looking for the one woman that's it. That's the final one. And God bless you, JP. I hope everything works out for you on that front. And same for myself. You know, it's like I told this woman, I said, you know, this is it for me. You know, if this don't work, I'm done. You know, really, I mean, it's just like I had already, before I met her, I'd already decided, so, you know, I'm just going to stay single. I can do what I want, go wherever I want, don't have to think about anybody but myself, can be selfish if I want, I eat what I want. You know, if I want to walk around naked, walk around naked. You know, I get up whenever I want to get up, drink coffee, do whatever. But then you have that unexpected meeting of someone and life changes. And that's where I'm at. It's all good. But I heard him, it's okay. Yeah, J Boy. No, I already read that. I'm sorry. And Life of Justin, just back, Colonel. Oh, you're talking about your Filipina. I dated a Filipina and she wanted to stream at one point, but she's sensitive, so I advise she's probably better off not doing it. Well, yeah, Justin, everybody's different, and yeah, you kind of got to be a little bit thick-skinned if you're doing YouTube. Um, but hey, you got to be thick-skinned in life, you know, not just YouTube. So, might be good advice, but if you do it with her, you can control some of it. You can mitigate some of that. I shouldn't say control. You can mitigate some of that, and protect her from that, and remind her that hey, these are just evil people being evil. You know, when they make comments they shouldn't be making. Panay Heart at home. So I am the Filipina here. Ha ha ha. It appears that way, Panay. PH. Yeah. PHAH. Piha. Piha. I like PH better. J Boy says, uh oh, what happened? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. What happened? Let's see. I got to go back up, folks. I scrolled too quickly. Wow. Oh, wait. See, I got to get used to this I need a mouse. I need to hook a mouse up to my laptop. Because this stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. You'll get trolls, but your channel will get a boost as well, J Boy says. Yeah, I anticipate that, J Boy. But we'll see what happens. You know, the last thing I want to see happen is for somebody to get hurt. And I definitely don't want her to get hurt because of YouTube and the dynamics that go on with YouTube. Don't want that to happen. Colonel, take her fishing with Gino and Dazzle, even if it's all off camera, Captain Ron. We'll see we'll see what happens. You know, I don't want to, I can't do too much with her too quickly because of her personality and of who she is. Um, she's a gentle soul, although she's got fire in her eyes. I ain't gonna lie about that. Oh my goodness. I even had to ask, are you sure you're not from Samar? You know, I'm like, you sure you're not? But anyway, I got to look for that one too. I'm like, ooh, you know, yeah, she's something. She makes me, yeah, it's. I got good feelings with her. We'll just leave that at that. Let's see. If you put her on the channel, Colonel will be afterthought, and the channel will explode. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's not my goal in life, but you know, we'll see what happens. My goal in life is to be entertaining a little bit on this YouTube channel and just talk about different things in life and how people react. And that's how we started this live stream, was talking about Valentine's Day weekend and what you all did for Valentine's Day. And now it's morphed into we're talking about my Valentine. I want to talk about your Valentine a little bit too. But I know everybody wants to know. But I'm not giving up very much information, folks. I'm not ready to do that yet. That's coming. But what I revealed today is, yes, I'm in a committed relationship with a woman from Leyte, and we're very happy, and we like being with each other, and when we're not with each other, we miss each other, just like any other couple, you know, that's having feelings like we're having. And we had a good Valentine's Day, and I can't wait to, you know, spend time with her again. Let's see the comments. Take her, okay. If you put her, okay, there we go. PH says, come on, Bring your Filipina in the conversation. I rarely see Karen. I will when she's ready. My heart, when she's ready, I will. Um, what she's ready for right now is for me to let everyone know that she's in the picture, that we're in a relationship, and that she's my girlfriend. She wants everybody to know that. And that's kind of where we're at on that. So I don't want to push the envelope too far. And, we don't live together, so there's still distance. And let's just see what happens. We'll see what happens. JP, Eden is in her happy place, washing by hand, and heard her name on the live and came to give me a kiss. Thanks, Colonel. JP, what's a brother for, man? I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you, brother. Brother, the Hulkster's here to help you. I'm here to help. So she came and gave you a kiss. I think that's outstanding. And I will say this. If my girlfriend was here, she would have given me a kiss too. Maybe not on camera, but she would have given me one. That's awesome. I'm glad I could do that for you, JP. Happy to help, brother. J-Boy, you are more lively and have a bigger smile on your face. Was already giving it away, Colonel. Well, that's good. But that's the way it should be, right? If you're in a relationship with somebody, you should be happy. Not like my first marriage where we fought every day. Who wants that nonsense? I sure didn't, but I put up with it for 21 years and 25 until the divorce was final. Oh my goodness, give me a break. That woman was hateful. All right. And yeah, smile on my face. I want to portray that because we just had Valentine's Day weekend. So even if I didn't have a girlfriend, I still want to be happy, and because I want to be happy for those that have the Valentines, okay, and that got to spend time with their loved one. So either way, I mean, I could have been like, yeah, Valentine's Day, yeah. That's not what you guys want to hear. You want to hear the details. Sorry, not getting all those details. Not happening. Someday, maybe. I'd like to hear it from her perspective. I'd like to hear it, and I'm pointing over here like she's not over there. Look, yeah, she's not over there. For those of you that thought she was hiding, she's not lurking. Someday, maybe, but not right now. Yeah, I want to hear her perspective of us meeting, and because we met before. I spent time with her before, but we never had Valentine's Day, and that's what I wanted to do. And I see somebody's messaging me. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. So anyway, back to the chat here. Stone Cold said, "What's the age gap, JP? I try to keep it under 3 decades." Wow, Stone Cold. Okay, 3 decades. That's 3 decades, man. That's pretty wide there, Stone Cold. I don't know, man. So, like, if I'm 61, 3 decades, so that would mean that she got to be in her 30s. Yeah. I guess that's okay. I guess, yeah, I don't know. That's a big age gap to me there, Stone Cold. That's a pretty big age gap, man. But, I don't know. JP, you can answer that for him. I'm not here for telling. And I'm not giving up the age of my girlfriend yet. Stone Cold, I'm 62. Eden is 46. She looks 36. Come on, JP. In the body of a 26-year-old, all of which are great. Come on, JP. She don't look... Nah, man. Come on now. She don't look no 36. She looks like she's like 28, man. Come on. She looks younger than 36. Are you listening, Eden? I'm giving you a compliment. And, yeah, I don't know. I think she looks younger than 36, JP, in all fairness. Maybe it's... Well, you're with her, so maybe you see things that we can't see through the camera, I guess. But through the camera, she looked younger than that. I knew she wasn't, but, I mean... But that's Filipina girls. I call them girls. Call them all girls. They could be 61. I still call her a girl. But anyway, I'm so happy for you, JP. That's awesome. Good for you, JP, from J-Boy. Life adjusted. JP, hope you and Eden are good. Congrats, bro. I think Justin, I think they're good. I've talked to JP personally, and they're good. Panay Heart, just to let you know, we are clean. Wait, what happened? Yeah, we're clingy, and most Filipinos won't tell you if there's something wrong. So you better be good in observing the gestures. Ha ha. Boy, isn't that the truth? You know what I mean? Isn't that the truth? Because this stuff of trying to talk to certain ones, especially my girlfriend, you're not gonna get much out of her to talk wise. So you gotta figure it out. But it's like I told her. I said, hey, this is all good. That's how you want to be. But the colonel ain't a mind reader. So you gotta help a brother out. You know, you gotta help the guy out. Because I don't mind read. You might just be Tompo for as long as you want to be Tompo. Because I don't read minds. But yeah, I'm sweet on her. What can I say? It's obvious. Let's see. Where am I? Yeah, that Tompo Mozart can drive you crazy. Ha ha ha. Yeah, Panay. When you start calling each other as Asawa, then you know you're hooked. Oh boy, Norm. I thought Asawa was like the crazy lady. Is that Aswag? Aswag. What's Asawa? Now I'm confused. I thought it was something else. Oh my goodness, I went too far again on the chat. Let me go back up. Here, let me find it. Wow, there's so much chat. I'm sorry, folks. I'm so far behind. Okay, there we are. J-Boy says, I knew when you were rocking Bellis's truck, you were splitting. Dude, I was doing that in his truck before I met that lady. Okay? I was doing that before I met that. I was rocking his truck before. I hadn't even met her. It's because of that truck I met her, though, because she walked in front and around it. And I was like, whoa, dude, she's beautiful, man. That's a pretty girl. Those are kind of like my exact words, quote unquote. I was like, whoa. He said, meet her? And then I did the show. I'm like, oh man, no, I'm good, man. It's all right. I don't need it. That joker. Not Bellis, Jersey, his worker. Hey, he thinks you're beautiful. He wants to talk. Gee, thanks, man. That's how that went. But sometimes the colonel needs help. And young boy, he's just trying to help. He's trying to help a brother out. And he did. I'm happy now that he did that. Let's see. PH says, but of course I have changed because I live in the USA. So I learned that America likes to hear the words. So please be patient with my Filipino folks. Okay, PH is right. See, she's learning. If you don't hear, not her. Okay, I understand what you're saying, Panay Hart. The Colonel is in his honeymoon, and you can deny as much as you want, but we all now I think you said we all know now. You're just like two sweet 16 teens. LOL. Well, I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far, okay? We're not staying together or anything like that, but I think we wish we were. So you might be half right on. I'll give you 75% on that, Darren. Man, 16 again? I don't know if I can handle that again. 19 or 20 again, that would be cool. 21, yeah. I don't know about 16. J-Boy, that's a bottomless root beer. You have been drinking that for 2 hours. Makes you think it's the same one, except it's the same one, man. It's not even cold anymore. I got about that much left in there because I just take a little bit at a time just to wet the whistle, Yeah. But that's not root beer, folks. That's sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla is not root beer. No way. I drink root beer, but I like sarsaparilla better. It has like a wintergreen flavor, if you guys don't know what sarsaparilla. And if you're from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I like birch beer even better. I like birch beer even better than sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla is close to birch beer, but not quite there. Especially the Amish brand. The Amish brand of birch beer. Oh my goodness, that's some good stuff right there. You heard it here first from the Colonels Chronicles. Birch beer. That's some good stuff. But anyway, my brother likes it too. Even he tried to talk like this, like he's from Alabama. But he likes him some birch beer now. Yeah. My brother, man, he cracks me up. JP says, I lived alone since 2011. I cannot get enough clingy. I know how to do alone and have had a lifetime worth of alone. Someone who needs to sleep in my arms every night is exactly what I needed. Yeah, I would like that too, JP. Except I gotta rock that CPAP machine with the hose and all that stuff, and yeah, with my breath, I gotta sleep. I do the cleaning stuff before I go to sleep, but when it's time to sleep, I gotta be like on my own little cocoon area there with that thing, because it shoots air out. It's annoying as all get out, but hey, if I want to live, I gotta sleep like that. So it's like I apologize. Anyone, I'm just like, hey, I'm sorry. It's the way I am. I can't have somebody's leg lay over top of me. I feel like I can't breathe, and everybody's different. Everybody's different. It's just the way it is. But I love to snuggle up and yeah, keep them warm and all that kind of stuff. See, that's the trick, guys. Turn that air conditioner, get that thing cranking where it's like shivering. Hey, you're gonna be snuggling before long. Write that down. Keep that air conditioner on like 20, 21. Yeah, she'll be snuggling with you. If anything, even if she doesn't like you, just to stay warm. Tip from the Colonel. No, actually, I get too cold too. But anyway, that's funny. Let's see. All right. Panay Heart. Actually, the movie that LW is talking about, the ending is they found a home. Okay. Where am I here? Let me go back. I got to scroll down again, folks. Just bear with me. Darren said, if everyone pays me the right bribe money, I will let you know her age, as the Colonel thinks no one knows, but people slip. Now, there's people that know, Darren. Okay? Now, I swore them to secrecy, so if they let it out of the bag, then I know I can't trust them. But there's people that know. There's people who know. Bellis knows. There's a couple other people that I think JP might know. I told a couple people. I might even let a picture slip out. But I'm trusting those people, okay? When the time's right, let me do it. I'm thinking. I'm not ready to go there yet. That'll be a different live stream or a long form video. I'm not sure yet. But I'm still mulling over that, what that's going to be. But there will be a reveal eventually. But I just got to make sure that the Colonels Chronicles channel is ready for that, okay? And I got to make sure the viewers are ready for that. Because I'm not sure y'all are real ready. You act like you're ready. I'm not so sure. Because trolls are going to come out of the woodwork and this, that, and the other. And I thought you were gay. What? He's not gay? Yeah, I can see it all. I just wait for it all to come out there. But anyway, let's see. That's funny there, Darren. You crack me up, man. How do you and your love interest match theologically? Pretty good, Stone Cold. J-Boy, JP Kalibo, just have the right attitude. Kudos to you. Yeah, exactly. Does she say, oh my God? Stone Cold, you're cracking me up, man. I haven't heard her say that. J-Boy, yeah. Stone Cold's laughing. He's laughing, Stone Cold. Darren's laughing. Panay Heart, PH, the title of the blog is The Search is Over on Valentine's Day. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad, Panay Heart. That's not bad. That is not a bad idea. I kind of like that. Oh, I'm suggesting this live story. I'm suggesting this live. Sorry. Panay Heart, that's all right, man. I have a good sense of humor. It's all good. And I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. But I appreciate the help. And I appreciate the suggestion because I kind of like that one. It sounds like a song, too, a little bit. The search is over on Valentine's Day. That's great. This live stream, yeah, I know what you meant. Right, my bad, Panay Heart. That's funny. Panay Heart, PH says, JB, do you have a friend in the Philippines? J-Boy, JP Khalib, are you starting to look for your own place? He has his own place. J-Boy, he's got his own place right now. Or you're talking about a place for both of them. I don't think he's doing that yet, but that's his story. He needs to tell that. Panay Heart, nope, just family like cousins. PH says, I am sure when you come back, you will meet new best friends. Stone Cold says, 2 decades math is not the best. Yeah, okay, you said 2 decades, so I was like, yeah, 2 decades. So that's probably more realistic. Yeah, still a little bit. Let me finish it. I'm going to do that off camera because I'm going to get every drop. There we go. Did you hear that? Getting those last few drops out of that can. Yeah. Uh-oh. Where am I at? I lost my place. Yeah, oh, 2 decades. Okay, Stone Cold. I'm good, Panay Hart. J-Boy says, Panay Hart, you don't want a friend? She's trying to hook you up, J-Boy. Let her. I'm sure she's got good standard. I'm sure she'll hook you up. Uh-oh, see? Boy, I gotta get used to this thing scrolling down so quick. Oh, good, Panay. Okay. Hold on. There we go. J-Boy, I'm staying put for now. We are happy here in Kalibo, but we are wanting to move closer to our family. They have a farm in the hills with coconuts, mangoes, pineapples, rice, corn, and other stuff. Sign me up, JP. You need help? Green Acres is the place to be. If you need help, man, down on the farm, that sounds like fun to me. James probably come over and help too. J-Boy says, no friends for me. I'm good, I think. Darren said, I'm 60 and my Filipina is 30 and age is just a number. Well, good for you, Darren, man. You kept it within the 3-decade range. I think for that, folks, really, there's a lot of people out there that they bring up the age gap because that's their culture that they're used to. And in America, you see an older man with a younger woman, they right away, their thinking goes in the wrong direction. And they forget that they're looking at two people and two different personalities. And age is just a number. Okay, I learned that in Thailand. Because you see a lot of older men with younger ladies in Thailand. And it is what it is. So Darren, she's 30. You're 60. What's wrong with that, folks? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Good for him. Good for him. And a lot of it, these haters and stuff, they're just jealous. And they want to live vicariously through people like Darren. It's all good. I'm not going to fault anybody on the age, It doesn't matter if it's 1 year, 5 years, 10, 15, 20, whatever. 30, well, in his case, 30. There's nothing wrong with that. That's nice, Daz, from J-Boy. Did you say it's supposed to be Asara is Aswan? Ha ha ha. Yeah, I was asking that. I thought the word was Aswan. No, you said Asana. Did you spell that right? Oh, there it is. Nora. Asawa is husband or wife. Okay, I didn't say anything about that now, folks. Come on now. Let's not put the cart before the horse. We're just girlfriend, boyfriend, committed relationship. I didn't say, although you might as well, if you're in a committed relationship, wife, husband, that's just a term, and it's a piece of paper, or if it's in the church, it's a ceremony. So, that is what you make it to be, but legally, it means something, okay? Especially in the Philippines, there ain't no divorce in this quote-unquote Catholic country, even though there's a lot of people living in sin, committing adultery every day with their second spouse. Not to get you going, Panay Hart, but it is what it is, okay? Not everything's perfect in the Catholic Church or in a country that's controlled by the Catholic Church. But we're not getting into politics, folks. But the truth is the truth. So husband or wife, okay, Aswan means husband. Okay, thank you for teaching me that. I saw his wife, and Aswan is a ghost. Yeah, the Aswan, I heard about, I can't go to Iloilo because there's too many Aswan, Iloilo. Come on now, folks. Really? Come on now. Panay Hart, Asawas means spouse. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Although a spouse could be a ghost. They could ghost you at times, It's kind of what Tompo is. Tompo is they're ghosting you, only in real time and in real life. In a physical way, Tompo is ghosting you. I like that. What do you think of that? Is Tompo like ghosting your husband Is Tompo like ghosting your husband? I think it is. And if you go in Tompo, you're ghosting your husband. Shame on you, ladies. Oh my goodness. JP, I cracked myself up. Cracked myself up. JP says, we want to put some time in, mostly alone, to strengthen our relationship before we move. I also need a vehicle that will get up in the hills better than Blue Arrow. Blue Arrow is his little air rocks that he has. So, JP, you're a wise man. Same thing with me. I want to spend time with my girlfriend, and you need to spend some time away from family and whatnot. Um, Maybe you need to always be away from family. Some people are of that thought over here in the Philippines. But you know what? When it comes to either Thailand, Philippines, when the family's involved, and because they're going to be involved, you decide with the girl, with the woman that you're with, what that relationship is going to be. And you know what? It's not always bad. It's not always bad being close to family. A lot of, oh, don't, oh, get her away from her family. Are you forgetting that up to this point in her life, her family has probably been the majority of her life, and then you want to rip her out of that without like cold turkey? Be a little bit smart about that and be cognizant of that relationship. And is that something you want to destroy, really? Because there are some Filipino families that if you're coming in and you're married into the family, you're coming in the family, some of them actually do appreciate, and they're going to treat you great. And they're going to be a resource for you just as much as you're going to say you're a resource for them, or they may want you to be a resource for them. But you control that too, folks. You control a lot of that. You know what the word no means? So anyway, it's not always a good thing. And it's not always a bad thing to be near family. And it's not always a good thing to rip them away from the family. Sometimes it is good, okay? If you can't handle that situation, then maybe you do need to be away from the family. But everyone is different, and the way people handle things is different. Let's just see what happens. Let's see. Aswan means is a scary witch. Yeah, I was told that they're here in Iloilo. I don't know. Hold on, let me scroll down, folks. Get back in. I don't want to scroll too quick. I'm finding out this touchpad on this laptop is very touchy. You gotta be careful. Okay, J-Boy, Colonel already calling her Asawa. He in trouble for sure. I didn't call her that, J-Boy. That's you guys call her that. I didn't call her that. Well, that's funny. J-Boy, taking your time. That's a good move, JP. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Panay Heart, I just lived through everyone on YouTube finding their Filipinas. J-Boy, ain't you the boy? Yeah. J-Boy, it's okay. You can live vicariously through us. Hopefully, though, you're learning from us. Learn from our mistakes. Learn from our good things that we do. And so that when you do get in a situation, or if you ever do get in a situation, you'll have the wisdom of all of us behind you. That's a different way of looking at it. Okay. Dennis Wisher, hey, Colonel. Dennis, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Never too late. You are still young, PH says. PH, you are younger than me, so you will meet someone out there. Yeah. Panay Heart, I know you must be talking to J-Boy, not me. Because I think I'm older than you, or close. And if you are older than me, Panay Heart, I've seen your videos. Ain't no way. You don't look older than me, that's for sure. You guys, check out her. You know what? Let me do that. Check out Panay Heart. Let's see if I can do that real quick. I'm going to pin her. I don't even know which message that. Anyway, that's Panay Heart at the bottom of the page there, folks. And check out her channel. Tell me if you think she looks her age. Because I think her husband looks young, too. For his age. Yeah, check out her channel. Give her some support. And I want to thank, too, I do try to do this every live stream. Been on here for a long time already. And got 21 thumbs up. I appreciate that. And as always, I thank everyone for taking time out of their valuable time of their day or night or whatever and coming over here and chatting with me. I appreciate it. It keeps my life interesting. Although I have a special someone now, and she keeps my life interesting too. in more ways than one. Let's back to the comments here. All right. Yeah, Dennis, I see you, and we got that. And yeah, okay. Panay Hart's talking to J Boy. Put a pillow in the middle. Panay Hart, come on. Does that mean what I think it means? Oh my goodness. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for more reasons than one. All right. You're funny, Panay Hart. You're cracking me up now. Norm, haha, Marissa is always sleeping sideways with legs on me. Yeah, that, for a little while I can handle it, but after a while it hurts. It hurts my arthritis and whatnot, and I feel like I can't breathe. And I got it like, no, you gotta let. I'm the kind of I have to sleep alone. Like, maybe it's because I'm so used to being alone. I don't mind touching, but I can't have somebody like hanging over because I don't know, it's a claustrophobic. I just feel like I can't breathe. But I like to snuggle before that. Oh, put a pillow in the middle. I thought you were going somewhere else with that, Panayar. Yeah, that's funny. Let's see. Captain, what does the pillow do? And J-Boy's laughing. Panayar, if you don't feel like those legs on you and can't sleep like that, keep that pillow in the middle. But Panayar, what happens if the girl feels like a pillow and you think it's her? Huh. I've seen a lot of Filipinas that look like they could be good pillows. Just saying. Body pillow, LOL. Yep. Darren says, I know Bellis knows. Yeah, Bellis knows. He better keep his mouth shut. I know where he lives. That's funny. Oh my goodness. It went too far again. What is going on here with this laptop? I gotta figure this thing out. Oh, hold on, folks. I gotta get back down there again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Bellis knows. Yeah, he does. And I heard at home. Yes, that's a song. Norm says, I got engaged on Valentine's Day in 2023. That's awesome, Norm. That is awesome. I didn't get engaged yet, but I made the same commitment. JP Kalibo, Colonel talks about snuggles with me and wonders why people think he might be gay. Come on, JP, man. You know I'm just joking. That's funny. Maybe that's from living in Thailand for so long, the land of the ladyboys, and they say the land of smiles, but you never know what's really behind that smile. And I used to say, don't knock until you try it. I ain't trying it. I'm just saying. But treat everybody like a person. Treat everybody like a human being, regardless of their sexual preference. Even though I'm a devout Christian, I'm not perfect, okay? And I do believe that it's wrong, that lifestyle is wrong. But that's your choice. And you have to answer to God for that. I don't have to answer for you. I have enough of my own issues I have to answer for, let alone answer for somebody else's lifestyle. I got to answer for my own lifestyle, which is less than stellar, folks, okay? I'm humble. I'm not better than anybody else. Not even close. Well, I might be better than J-Boy. No, I'm just kidding. Or Stone Cold. No, just joking. But I think I saw a news where this Filipino old lady is 60 plus and married to a 30 plus Filipino guy. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. I've had older women chasing me before. I mean, it happens. Look at my brother. He's my age. His wife's 75. Come on now. Darren says, I don't look at numbers. I look at the heart. Absolutely. Look at the heart. Where the heart is where the love is. Where the love is going to be. Men, we're physical beings, and we look at outward appearance, and we put more credence on outward appearance than we do on inward qualities, when we should be looking more on the inside than the outside, because the outside is going to change over time. But that's just the way God made us, And I've always told you, if you're not physically attracted to the girl you're with, then eventually that's going to be damaging to other areas. You got to at least be physically attracted, at least a little bit, because you want to have that, at least me, I want to have that physical desire still, no matter how old I am, even though when things go away as you get older. You still want to, you want that to be your sweetheart. You want to look at her and say, hey, isn't she beautiful? You know, or isn't she lovely? Or isn't she cute? Whatever applies, okay? I can't believe you went there, JP. That's okay. Brian says something. Leo. Hey, Leo. Colonel, nice to see you in live. God bless. Much love. Thanks, Leo. Appreciate you stopping by. Captain Ron says, JP, the Colonel likes rainbows. And I know what JP was trying to say. And it's all good. He knows I was just joking. He's just trying, you know, it's all good. Captain Ron said, yeah. Brian, one thing I think a lot of foreigners do is give up their own identity too easily. Low self-esteem will do that to any Westerner. Personal opinion. Brian, you're not wrong on that, Brian. You're not wrong. Don't give up who you are for the sake of trying to find love or something like that. Maintain your standards. Maintain who you are. I totally agree with you, Brian. And yeah, if you have a real low, fortunately, I have low self-esteem in certain areas, but not in all areas. You know, and my ex-wife in America, she used to tell me all the time I was so arrogant, and I never really thought I was, because I know what my frailties and know what my faults are, and I know what my insecurities are about myself. But she used to tell me all the time I was so arrogant, and honestly, at times I was, and I was probably wrong for that. But I wasn't totally insecure like she was, and thinking that she always thinking I was cheating on her, which no, that was her insecurities and her low self-esteem. All right, Panay Hart. When I moved into USA, my husband was surrounded by his family around him. I didn't ask him to leave his family. He chose to leave everyone so he can get a better life for us. And that's a personal decision. That's a decision that you guys made. And apparently it worked for you. Darren says, just a question. Everyone wants to know, does she rub the shiny head like a genie in the bottle? Well, Darren, I think if she wanted something from me, maybe she would do that. But she doesn't ask me for anything. So she's not doing that. Good question, though. Kind of goofy, in a goofy sort of way, but a good question. Sometimes you just got to shake your head at people. Good thing I got a good sense of humor. And right now it's not real smooth. It's kind of fuzzy right now, like a caterpillar. So yeah, I'll probably shave. I'll probably shave tonight. We'll see. I don't know. Let's see. He knows that I already have enough to deal with in the Philippines, and he wouldn't want me to deal the dramas behind his family too. And Panay Hart says, oh, thank you. She's laughing. Boy from JP, after our first meeting for lunch, and I told Eden I liked her and wanted to see her again, she took me on a 40-minute tricycle ride to meet the family. Wow. You're done, JP. That's it, man. That's it. Ring the wedding bells. PH says, thanks for your support, Colonel. Absolutely. Why wouldn't I support you, young lady? That's not so young. Definitely. Look at that. I did it again. I got to figure out what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing wrong with this laptop. I'm tapping the wrong. I gotta use my mouse. Oh, I didn't go up too far. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Panay Hart, PH. Everyone, check out her channel. You know, subscribe. Help a girl out, so to speak. You know, I pinned it there at the bottom. Just tap on that or click on that and go over and check out her channel. Hit a subscribe, hit a like on, watch a video or whatever. I need to go over and check it out too. JP, okay, JP, okay, we already did that. Yep. JP Clue, yep, that's Filipino culture for you. Meet the whole family as soon as possible. Well, that was easy for me because I went to the house and they were there, so I couldn't help. But you know, I tried to be proper too, and I talked to the parents, you know, and because they're still living and whatnot, and say, hey, you know, I'd like to see your daughter, even though, in my opinion, she can make her own decisions. She's old enough, but just out of respect for the parents, you do that anyway, no matter what age they are, you know. You'd be 55 years old, you still do that, you know, if the parents are still living. PH says, me and my husband left his hometown for 27 years. We both moved into a different state that he never lived in before. Then he joined the military. The journey became just me and him. Good for you, and you guys have survived. I think that's awesome. And it says, I hope my son can use my laptop better than me. Are you referring to me? Yeah. I just got this thing, man. So, and I'm used to using a mouse. I'm not used to using this little finger tap thing, you know. It's a pain in the neck. A mouse makes a laptop so much easier. That's right, JP, for us old guys. And I thought you didn't call her Asawa. Yeah, you're trying to trip me up in the chat, man. It's all good. Jay, Colonel keeps slipping up, though. You guys crack me up, man. You really do. Is that like, I got a girlfriend, and I was like, okay, I'm married already. Oh, my goodness. Let me see if I can get one more drop. Yeah, I got one more drop. You ever notice that? When you drink a soda out of a can and you get all of it, even down to the last drop, you think you got all of it, you wait 10 or 15 minutes, you come back, there's always one more drop in there. There's some science in there somehow or other. You guys crack me up. Brian, arrogance. People get arrogance confused with confidence. Usually narcissists have this opinion. Personal experience. Yeah, Brian, there you go. You explained it pretty good there. You did it properly, Colonel, asking the parents' permission to date. Yeah, even though, you know, with a woman's of dating age, you know, you're like, you still, I don't know, I still tried to do it the old-fashioned way. I just felt better about it. All right. Use two fingers to scroll up and down on the touchpad, mate. Oh, is that how you do it, Norm? Man, see? Thanks, Norm. You taught me something new. Let me see. Watch, this is probably going to really screw it up. Wait, let me see. No, that did work. Check that out. Wow, Norm. For an Aussie, you're all right, man. I didn't know that. But you know what? I'm going to break my mouse out. I have an old mouse, so I'm going to break my mouse out and use it just because that's what I prefer. But thanks for that. I will use that now. Very cool. Maybe I'll get used to this thing after all. What does three fingers do for me? What's the whole hand? I mean, the palm. What's the thumb do, Norm? Like that hitchhiker's thumb? Look at that. I get that sucker all the way over. Look at that. Man. When we were talking genetics and stuff in school, they told me that was that a dominant trait or recessive trait? If you could get your thumb to go like that. Not everybody. Some people can only go like this. I got it. I get that sucker all the way over. It's good for pushing in thumbtacks. But anyway. And other things, more than likely. But no, I haven't been slipping up either. She's not Asawa, or however you pronounce that. There's something about that word that don't sound right to me, but okay. Thanks, Norm, for that. Appreciate that. Darren said, yeah, I subbed the Panay Heart channel and watch her videos, and she's sweet and kind and very beautiful. Oh, Darren. Oh, that's so sweet, Darren. She's got a husband, dude. Be careful. Don't go there. I'm just messing with you, Darren. Manila Gorilla from Guam. What up, Colonel? Not much, man. I just met, you know, talking about Valentine's Day weekend, even though it's past Valentine's Day, and just talking about that, and I made the announcement that I got a girlfriend. It's official, and it's a commitment now, and she gave me the authorization to go ahead and tell YouTube that she's my girlfriend, even though I'm not giving up any information about her. But she wanted everyone to know that yes, the Colonel was spoken for. I'm her boyfriend. She's my girlfriend, and that's where we're at on that. And we miss each other when we're not together. But I don't think I'm authorized yet to put her picture on anything yet, or do a video with her yet, or anything. I have a short video I made for her that I would like to post because I think it's cute, but she didn't want me to do that, so she's not ready for that yet. It's okay. So thanks, Manila for showing up because I'm way past my watch time on this, but or way past what I usually do a live stream. But it's been a good conversation, so we're gonna keep going till it totally drops off and nobody's here. So let's see, where did I leave off at? Okay. Thank you, Dash from Panay Heart, J Boy, and they said you couldn't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can't because we keep making the same mistakes, man. But it's all good. Um, I wouldn't say I learned any new tricks. Okay, I'm just reusing the old ones, my friend. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real now. Let's not try to reinvent the wheel. Oh boy, lots of shortcuts for using a touchpad. I prefer a mouse though. Three fingers can go back to your desktop to let you select a. Oh, I don't want to do that now. Wow. Okay, that's what you meant by teaching an old dog new tricks. Okay, J Boy, I thought you were going somewhere else with that, dude. Uh, PH says, you're funny, Colonel. Daz loves his Filipina. And that's the way it should be, right? If you have a Filipina, you should love your Filipina. If you have a Thai woman, you should love your Thai lady. You know, if you have someone from Vietnam or Guam or wherever, Puerto Rico, it doesn't matter. You should love them. And if you're a woman, you should respect your husband. Okay, Brian, Panay Heart, what's your channel name? Manila Girl, AI Girl. Come on, Manila. Come on, man. But hey, I guess whatever floats your boat. But there's some things that AI Girl just ain't gonna be able to do for you. Let's just keep it real. She ain't gonna be able to do it all, or I should say, you're not gonna be able to experience it all with your AI Girl. Stone Cold, does your girlfriend's name end in Lynn? Hell no. Don't even go there, man. You know what? That has caused so many problems for me. Uh, yeah. Jenny Lynn is married, guys. Gosh. Why would I be messing around or liking a married woman? She's married, man. Come on now. Nice try though, Stone Cold, trying to stir up something that ain't there. She never was my girlfriend, was never going to be. She's not my type. I've said that before. She is not my type, okay? And besides, let alone the fact she's married. And I don't do that, folks, okay? Not that I have never been involved or in an acquired friend relation, more than a friend, because I have, but I stop it when I find out somebody. I've had people tell, I thought they were single, find out later they weren't. And I'm like, what? What? I don't do that. Get away from me. Brian, Panay Heart at Home is my channel. I thought I knew. I pinned that. That's her channel down there, folks. That's why they really don't respond to that. Let's see. Norm teaching the professor something new. Well, when it comes to electronics, I haven't, I have my laptop's 14 years old or maybe older. I mean, come on now. I haven't touched a laptop in ages. As far as knowing the ins and outs of it. And I never used a touchpad. I always used a mouse. I hook up an external mouse. It's all good. Oh, Stone Cold Steve Irwin, J Boy says, yeah, getting himself in trouble. Stone Cold, Brian's laughing at Stone Cold. Darren's laughing. Put our heart at home. I like to share my perspective. Someone who moved into a different country and married someone that was not from the same country I came from. Just like most of you here going to the Philippines. Yeah, Panay Heart, and I think that's great for you to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, as it should be. Why not? Why not get as much information from someone who knows? It's like I was talking to Gino. Gino retired from the U.S. Air Force, practically American, but he's not red-blooded American. He's Filipino, okay? But for the way we look at him, he might as well be American. But that's why his information is good, because he grew up in the Philippines. Lived his life in America or for the U.S. So that's why his information is so good. The perspectives that he has, it's a good perspective. Panay Heart sub. Okay, Brian sub, give you a subscription. Panay Heart, that's great. Thanks, Brian, for doing that. Panay Heart, I also like to share with fellow Filipino my journey being married with foreigners. Oh my goodness, I bet that's a conversation. I like to be a fly on the wall with, especially if she's talking to somebody and her husband's not around or she thinks nobody else is listening. I'd love to hear that conversation because we get to find out what's really going on. Thanks, Brian, from Panay Heart. Uh, Yes, Bart. OMG, you want to go fishing, Colonel, as you bite really easily. Good job, Stone Cold. Yeah, it's all good, man. Whatever. People like to, Stone Cold likes to stir the pot a little bit. So I like to feed into it a little bit, but not really get any information. You know, everything I've said on other live streams, but he keeps bringing it up, and that's all good. That helps out the channel. Every little comment helps me out, and I appreciate it. And it's good. Keep the Colonels Chronicles alive. So many channels fall by the wayside. We'll see what happens with this one. It could fall by the wayside too. I don't know. It's all good. But if something really, I just don't respond to it. It really bothers me. But that one didn't respond because I've expected that. That's something Stone Cold would say. So I expect it from him. And Darren, you're starting to get in that Stone Cold realm of how I'm going to look at your comments too. It's all good. I appreciate it. You should get good watch hours today, Colonel. You should drop some Maritas every live stream. I plan on it, man. You figured me out, J-Boy. Man, you figured me out already. Nah, I've been going back and forth on what I want to reveal, what I don't want to reveal. We're just gonna keep doing what I'm doing here and let you guys reveal it. You guys are telling this story. I think it's kind of funny because you think you know, but you don't know, but you know a little bit. You know enough to be dangerous, but not enough to really know all the facts and to keep it real. I think it's going to be hilarious. I think it's going to be totally hilarious. And but you did throw me for a loop there, Stone Cold, when you said 30-year age gap, because I thought that was kind of excessive, and then you went back to 20, which I think that's a big age gap too, my friend. I don't know. We'll see. I really don't know. But age is just a number, as they say. Let's see. How far are you from Manila? Well, I'm on a different island there, Manila Gorilla. When I lived in Batangas, I was about a 2.5-hour bus ride. But down here to Iloilo, it's a short flight. It ain't that long. I don't remember. I'll be honest, I don't remember, man. I have to go look. Stone Cold should sell his own crap stirrer too. Yeah. I got it. He's in my back pocket. As he's a consultant for my company, my crap stirrer company. Stone Cold is a consultant. Pretty soon, there, J Boy and Darren, I'm going to have to sign you guys up as consultants also for my crap stirrer company. I'm looking for good quality bamboo though, because I'm going to make them out of bamboo. I think they'll work better, and it should be easier to get. Ah, boy. And you want a box of tissues? No, I don't need to go to the CR, man. What do I need tissues for? Manila Gorilla, he is not in Luzon. No, I think he knows that. He knew I'm not in Luzon, Panay Heart, but maybe he forgot. LOL, Darren from J-Boy. Maybe a spoonful of cement, Dazzler from Brian. What's that mean? Okay, folks, I'm finally at the bottom. I finally caught up because I guess everybody realized I wasn't going to spill all the beans. But I gave you enough. I gave you enough for you to have something to talk about and go on the other channel and say, the Colonel's off the market. Yes, folks, okay, it's final. I am off the market. I'm not searching anymore. I found somebody, and I think she's great. And just like JP, he thinks Eden's great. I think this woman is great. And is everything? Nothing's ever perfect, but it's perfect enough for me. Perfect enough for the Colonel. And I've been at this search for a long time, and I've been in and out of relationships for many, many years. Lived single on my own for many, many years. So I know what I can put up with, what I can't put up with. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I can tolerate. I know what I can't tolerate. I know what will make me walk away. I know what makes me want to stick around. I know how a woman can hook me I know how a woman can make me stay. I know all of that. Okay? So that's where I'm at in life. And because of that, I met this person by chance. Wasn't on a dating site. And I think sometimes that's the best way. The dating sites, what a joke. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Look at that, 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's crazy for a live stream. And Brian's giving a laughing and a thumbs up. How many times did you date in the Philippines? That's none of your business, Jay boy. And but that's a good question. It's a good question, but frankly, that's none of your business, man. And I will say this: that there's a couple upset ladies at me. So there's half your answer, but that's not your full answer. But nice try. Stone Cold. Good you found someone who ticks your boxes. Yeah, I got it. Ticks off. Yeah, okay, I get it. That's an Aussie word, I guess. Boxers, we are happy for you in all seriousness. Thanks, Stone Cold. I appreciate that. But only time will tell, man. Things happen. Things don't always work out. I think they will. A lot of it depends on the individuals. And I'm trying to get off here, folks, but let me get these comments. You guys are commenting again, so let me show respect. J-Boy, haha, all good. Yeah, J-Boy, nice try, brother. Keep trying. Put my heart's laughing. Norm, thanks for the live, Colonel. Take care and catch you later. See you, everyone. Take care, Colonel. Bye. From Panay Heart. Okay, folks, I see 11 of you still hanging out here, and I really appreciate that. Thanks for your time. And appreciate it. Yeah, J-Boy, take care. See y'all next episode. Darren said, yeah, J-Boy, just talk to Bellis. I'll tell you what, if Bellis tells you everything, he's wrong. He shouldn't be doing that. But it's all good. I can't help it if people tell on me. Up to them, you know. I'm a grown man, and it's all good. Yeah, I'm a grown ass man. It's all good, you know. And yeah, Bellis is bad. They just brought your name up, Bellis, like they called you into the chat. But I'm wrapping up here, folks. And I've been on here way too long. And I know, Bellis, you're my brother. And but you know you're forgetful sometimes, and it's all good. Yeah, Bellis is there. Absolutely there, Bellis. You know I'm good for keeping a secret, am I not? And I wish everybody was as good as I am for keeping secrets. But Darren says he bites easily. I bite because I choose to, Darren, because it keeps you here. Who's biting on who? Who's really biting? Did I get played or did you get played? You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. We're mutually feeding off of each other. I appreciate it. I think it's great. Hello, Bellis. He was burning. What? Oh, his ears were burning, you meant to say. Yes, sir. Yes, salute. All right, Bellis, I'm wrapping it up here. What happens in mac and cheese club stays in mac and cheese. Better believe it, Stone Cold. I like me some mac and cheese. I had some good mac and cheese. Where was I at? Oh, Yellow Cat Pizza. They had some. No, I wasn't Yellow Cat Pizza. I was at the hotel. Yeah, I was at the hotel restaurant where I stayed at in Tacloban. They had some good mac and cheese. That was good. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I think Bellis is going live if he hasn't already. I'm sorry, Bell. I'm way over my time slot for you, brother. I apologize for that. And it's all good. And you got played. God bless. I'll salute. But I didn't get played because I didn't give up no information, Darren. Nice try. Wow, Bellis heard everything you said. That's good. Bellis is my brother. We got no secrets. Well, actually, Bellis and I we do have secrets. And it's all good. I'm assuming, guys, where you at, Bellis? Hold on, folks. Let me do something real quick. For those of you that don't, I think most of you know. There, I pinned Bellis at the bottom there. And he's probably going to go. Are you going live next, Bellis? Or did he sign off already? Yeah. Okay, folks. I think there's Bellis at the bottom. Going over to his page. Check him out. Check out Panay Heart. I appreciate all y'all for keeping the chat alive there, Darren. And I won't give up your real name, Daz. Darren. Stone Cold and J-Boy, Panay Heart. The regulars coming in there, keeping the chat alive and trying to stir the pot and try to get me to spill the beans, which I ain't ready to do yet. I'll spill some of it, but you ain't getting all of it. And yeah, is Bellis live? Okay, that's great. All right, folks, the Colonel's out. God bless you. You guys take care. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You're going to find out more about who I'm sweet on. And I appreciate it. Marie just continues. You guys go for it. We'll pop over there. The Colonel is out. Take care and enjoy. God bless.